The right to offend is not some pesky little part of freedom of speech that we have to put up with. It is the heart and soul and lungs of freedom of speech. It is the coursing lifeblood of human progress. It is the instigator of liberty and modernity and science and understanding. What a laughing stock today's student leaders are, that they can so casually dismiss the right to be offensive without realizing that their lovely, enlightened lives are the gift of individuals who gave offense. Offensiveness is not just something we have to begrudgingly accept. Offensiveness is the motor of human progress.
Now broadcasting from the Right to Offend Media Studios in sunny South Florida, bringing you the latest in politics, current events, art, and pop culture. This is the Whitfield Report Live with Sam Whitfield.
But giving offense is good. In fact, it's essential.
You know, that clip is still a banger, because giving offense is essential. And if Brendan O'Neill ever wanted to come on the show, like, we would love to have him. I'm
What's
sure.
crazy, Sam? Another dream guest was in my neck of the woods and I missed it. Sam, did you see that Stefan Molyneux talked to Sam Hyde? I should have said this before we went on air.
I did see something about that, yes.
Fantastic discussion. I recommend everybody take the time to watch it. This is a meeting of two people that I find highly influential that I never thought would happen, and they sat down and talked about they talked about theology and parenting and really like philosophy. It was very interesting and respectful debate where they didn't even agree with each other. And I think we need fucking more of that. So wanted to shout that out real quick.
Yeah, we absolutely do need
a lot more of that.
We absolutely do need more of that. It's been an interesting, we had last week off from the live show, kind of, well, and from the Monday show because of Memorial Day. But we're back. I talked a bit about the culture war on Monday and kind of how gay
I did
it's
see
become.
that. Now, I told you I didn't see your review, but I did see at least the short that you put up talking about culture war. And Sam, I want to point from the jump that you are speaking for a lot of people when you say you're just sick of the culture war. Go on, brother. You're sick of everybody saying this is woke and this is anti-woke and and you just want to play your fucking video game.
Yeah, well,
Right.
So I haven't done like a spoiler review yet. I did write a spoiler-free review on my Substack, but yeah,
Sam,
basically,
I'm going to spoil the game right now for everybody. You guys know Bond is a secret agent.
Mind blown. No way.
Secret agent, man.
And there's a Bond girl in it. And apparently, how you feel about the Bond girl is supposedly tied to your cultural such and such, right? Am I getting this? I wasn't fully invested in the conversation, but I have noticed it.
Yes, so
if you think she's hot, that means you're anti-woke, and if you think she's hot and that's bad, you're woke. Am I getting this correct?
More or less. Well, or there's kind of like the third option, which is that like people think she's mid, therefore like
they're real cool.
Therefore, if you think she's hot, you're woke because she's not hot enough for some people. But those people don't go like outside.
Those people probably have quote unquote. They probably have quote unquote dozens of women, huh?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
She's Portuguese too, but
Portuguese, Sam, not Portuguese. Motherfucker.
How dare you?
Yes, Portuguese women are known. See, this is the thing: is Portuguese women are known to be some of the hottest in the world. Literally, what do you think Brazilian is?
Yes, well, the the internet has discovered that now,
They
Max.
discovered
So
Brazilian chicks in 2026. Well, aren't they geniuses? They
and
used to be on the fucking front of Sports Illustrated. But I'm sorry, what happened is we traded the Brazilian supermodels on the cover of Sports Illustrated for a fat chick in a thong that's actually a dude.
yes, yes.
Correct.
We have a Portuguese Bond girl, but she's also like not hot enough for like half the internet. And if you think that she's hot, you're woke somehow. I don't know.
Okay. And
I
what if
don't.
you don't care and you're not like obsessed with judging random people you'll never meet's appearance to that degree like an autistic person? What about that, Sam?
Well, if you're in that camp, you're normal. You're like
Oh.
part like
That's allowed. Next.
yeah.
So I'm in the camp that would have played the game and probably liked it. That's the thing,
Yeah.
Sam. Now, I've told you before,
Yes.
I'm a gameplay heavy guy. So I know there's story elements, but hey, it's Bond, and you're kind of a Bond expert, I would say. And so you'll at least be able to judge, is it a good Bond story? So knowing that I'm a gameplay guy and the story, if it's too much for it's going to be too much for me, but also I do like James Bond, so you're a judge of that writing. Do you think I would enjoy the game?
I think if you enjoy if you enjoy Hitman and you enjoy
Fair enough.
you enjoy the kind of
Well, it's
the
Hitman with a James Bond story and some cool gadgets and a
yeah, I
Bond girl,
mean
a
yeah,
Portuguese Bond girl. I don't see any problem with any of this.
yeah, no, that there's no so the story is
And so
actually
James Bond isn't a black lesbian.
no, he's kind of like a British version of Shuli actually.
Okay, so he's not trans.
No, he's a Chad.
He's a straight white male.
Yes.
He's a straight white male that bangs chicks.
Yes.
Oh, wow. We're going to have to cancel this game, Sam.
And and also, and
No
this is the
female protagonist at all? But what about girls, Sam? They might want to play the game as a girl, James Bond.
well, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that because there are actually like girl streamers who have played this game and
Oh,
they love it.
there's plenty of streamers that'll play anything. Hold on. If you were to play would you play a game where you can't play as a girl but you're James Bond?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Fucking
it's
James
good.
Bond.
Notice I didn't mention if the game is good or not, just like the idea itself of you can't play a girl or create a character or play dress up. There's a little dress up as I understand, but not very much.
But you get to be James Bond and shoot people and use the gadgets and do really cool shit.
Yes.
There is actually also like an element of there is actually also like a bit of like puzzle solving that like doesn't hold your hand
As you would want
either.
from a
Yeah.
Hitman style game / a James Bond. It's actually smart that the developers that made Hitman made that game because they're not very different, except maybe it seems to me from looking at footage that it's a little less silly than the Hitman games.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little less silly, but it does have kind of like some of the dark humor moments too of Hitman, which is great.
Well,
So
James Bond, yeah, you would want a little of that. So I don't see. Notice I don't actually think it's woke or anti woke. I think they just a corporation said, "Oh shit, we lean so far into wokeness. Hey, let's try making a game that's just a good James Bond game. What about that?" And it worked.
yeah, well,
Cool.
essentially too, they made it for the fans because the developers are fans of James Bond. They're not
I'm
trying
not
to
gonna
solve.
lie, that's a lot like that Indiana Jones game, Sam, is I don't think it was a 10 out of 10 game, and it looks to me like this Bond isn't that for me. Because I'm not a Bond guy. Not to the degree you are.
Right.
But it does look like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 kind of game, right? By a developer
Yeah,
that's made those kind of games in the past.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I don't see. They did a smart thing,
yeah,
and
yeah.
are
They
going to hopefully be rewarded for it. But it seems like everybody wants to culture war everything.
well, I mean, people want to culture war everything, but I mean, it's sold over it has sold over like 2 million copies already in just the first week.
Now,
So
is this a PlayStation exclusive or is it?
no,
No.
it's on Steam, Xbox,
Okay.
and it and from what I'm told, it works really well on
Well,
Xbox. That they
we got you gamer guys here. I have another question. Did you guys see this? Are you familiar with God of War?
um I saw I am familiar with God of War, but
Yeah,
yeah,
so the new one, check this out, Sam. You know how you like Kratos?
yeah,
And you know how you like his son kind of too after the 2 games? Like he's kind of cool. He was annoying,
yeah,
but you got through some shit and you got kind of close to little bastard, right? And
yeah,
their poor mom is deceased, right?
yeah,
Resting peacefully in the afterlife. Sam, let me introduce you to God of Horror or God of War, whatever they're calling it, where their mom is in hell fighting demons and they're not in it.
yeah. No,
And she's ugly.
you mean God of Laundry, as Batman put it.
God of Horror.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah, that is better, but also
Right. So
Bats
don't give
made a
Batman a higher platform than the better joke, motherfucker.
well, he is one of our homies, so I'm just saying he did make a meme of whatever her name is doing laundry, and I thought it was very funny. So
So that one's pretty woke, but the guy that makes God of War is pretty fucking woke anyway. It's I knew they would shift away from it because it's too it's funny, like the writing types that did woke writing for the past few years had settled into where they liked father-son things as the only way to write men in a positive light. But they've even now been like, nope, that's too much masculinity. They liked that. They liked fatherly type stuff. You
Yeah,
can't have that.
they got shit on for pragmata.
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
even if
all
it's not father son, father daughter,
Yeah,
same, and not actually. She's like a robot girl in that
yeah,
game, so he's not actually a father. It's just a
right.
father figure. They liked it because of the PlayStation one there, Last of Us. They liked the fatherly type character because of that, the wokes, right? But if you notice, what
yeah,
did they do to the father character from that game in the second one?
they
Brutally murdered him by a trans person.
They shot him.
yes, yes, and well, and they make the player do it too.
That's right. They made you, and they tried to make you want to do it, but nobody did.
No, and so here's the
And
thing
that's
is like
I believe some of the same writing staff on this new God of War too.
yeah, well,
It sounds to me like Sony had a bunch of hits at their little showcase, and that was the big one, and that was the miss. I guess if you are fine with the man, they called the Bond girl mid. What do they call the God of War chick? She's what I would call mid. And it's funny
yeah,
because if you look at the actual actress that they used, she is way
She's smoking hot.
yeah,
better looking than in the game.
yeah, easily.
I was even telling my wife that what was it? Cynthia Erivo. She might be weird looking, okay? But when they put her in video games, they literally make her uglier. I don't care what our audience thinks. I don't think she is this unattractive, ugly hobbit of a woman. I don't think she's a 10 out of 10, but I understand why she's in Hollywood. She's tall, she's statuesque, she has a face, okay? There's like, you can't deny these things unless you're fucking retarded. but then they put her in a video game and they like whoop her face
And they get it right every single time.
every single fucking time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they can't
well-
get Deborah Ann Wool correct, really?
And
Well-
she just ends up looking like a hobbit every time they put her in a video game, and she loves it. That's the crazy part to me.
Yeah, well, Hollywood is gonna Hollyweird.
She got angry when people took the.
You got to come a little closer.
She got angry when people took like the made poster for Wicked that came out that was supposed to look like the playbill, but it didn't really look like it. So really talented like artists like recreated it with their pictures, right? But like made it look exactly like the original playbill one. So the hood, the hat is down more, like you don't see her face because that's how Elphaba looks. Because
Right.
she's looking down as Glinda or Galinda is whispering in her ear. And Cynthia lost her fucking mind. And like, they're trying to erase me. They can't erase me. Bitch, they are fans of Wicked and trying to make it look like the original fucking playbill that they know and love. They don't give a flying fuck about you, you fucking Gollum looking sacrilegious piece of shit.
Yeah, and you notice I made a point not to insult her appearance because you don't need to. She's an awful person.
Yeah, well,
She
it's
looked horrible in Jesus Christ Superstar. After Wicked, both her and Ariana Grande looked like they were fucking zombies. Like the life just got
That's
sucked out of
because-
them. So she looked bad in it, and that's not an
There's-
attack on her.
No, but there's that's a trend of Hollywood. Hollyweird, as Sam said. Okay, so there's Ozempic. People are taking it. Some people are losing weight and having spectacular results. But one thing is that some of the people taking it are Hollywood types that were already skinny because they want to look extra skinny like that, Sam. And the reason they want to is so that other people know it's a status symbol. It's like heroin chic was in the 90s.
They literally,
yeah.
you can look this up. If you look up a
Real
picture-
quick, Ozempic chic,
Yep.
Sam.
Look up a picture of Ariana Grande shortly after Wicked came out when she looks like literally like they sucked everything out of her. And then go look up the Corpse Bride. Look up Emily, who is the Corpse Bride. They look very similar.
Yeah,
You would think maybe that Ariana was dead too.
Yeah, no.
Like magic.
And that's what I'm saying. So we have those types, and then we have like Sydney Sweeney and this Portuguese chick. And yet people still want to people are saying that like Sydney Sweeney is somehow woke now too. I don't understand it, and
Well, that's because she didn't just like, oh, I'm gonna fucking be a political MAGA girl now because she's a grown-up.
Right.
right.
She's a normal human.
She chose to do the thing of, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to talk about it. You look stupid talking about it. I had a lot of respect for her. She chose to be
Like
like,
Hollywood
I'm just
used
going
to.
to shut my mouth and do my job and make bank and not give a fuck.
Here's my lingerie brand, and then they fucking
Right.
see motherfuckers think, oh, that she's so pretty, and it's just guys that like her. No, who's buying the fucking lingerie then?
That's what I'm saying, Max. Like this was kind of the point of Monday's episode, was that the culture it was less about Bond and more so about like just how the whole culture war as a whole is like really retarded. But like we've reached the retardation now that like basically Bond fans are like really happy with this game. Couldn't have asked for anything better.
That's the gold standard, right? There hasn't been a banger Bond game legitimately since probably like Everything or Nothing was the last real good one.
I would say like From Russia with Love, and that's because they got like Sean Connery to come back and do the voice. That was like back in 2006.
Everything or Nothing was after that though.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
That was like
it was because that was like 2007, 2008, I believe. That one was a banger in the third person style. It had those Bond moments. You remember that?
yep, yeah,
Those were peak.
yeah. That was
My favorite though is Nightfire on the Xbox. Like
yes.
we went
Oh yeah.
ape shit on double. First of all, 007 Nightfire has one of the best Bond theme songs that was not in a movie.
I I agree with that. So I actually have fond memories of playing. People want to talk how good the multiplayer was in GoldenEye, and for what it was in the day, like yeah, it was, but like I think people forget how awesome the
The
multiplayer in
jump to
Nightfire
two
was too.
thumbsticks with basically the same engine but looking nicer and really refined gameplay because they had already made GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Or the GameCube, specifically the GameCube and the Xbox versions of Nightfire are like those were multiplayer of that generation games. Those
yeah.
were ones you had to have if you had 4 boys over.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Those were games that like that
Also, and I don't
that
care what you nerds think nowadays, I'm right, sports games. And if you think that sports games don't have a place in gaming, I think you don't.
I would agree with that. I would
Now,
agree
just
with.
because they all suck now, that's because of corporations. But sports games helped gaming go from nothing to something in America almost more than anything.
Well, sports
People
games.
bought Nintendo because they saw baseball and Tecmo Bowl.
Well,
Norm
And hockey.
well,
ice hockey,
sports.
yeah, that's a big one.
Well, sports games for me, Max, especially like Madden back in the day when it was good. I've talked about this on the show before too,
Bro,
because because I
2005, every single EA sports game that year is an all-timer that is still hard to beat.
I agree, and it was specific.
MLB baseball, Madden
When,
05, uh, um, what was it? NBA, was it Inside Court or whatever? The EA one, that one was fire. Even Tiger Woods. That year, for whatever reason, sports, and it wasn't just EA, right? Because then flip side, you had 2K. They put out the 2K5 baseball, absolute banger to this day. Fucking 2K5 hockey, same thing. 2K5 football, which is like one of the best selling football games, and I argue the best football game of all time. And the NBA 2K, obviously, that's still the strongest franchise. What do we get for like those are all the great top tier sports games that year, Sam? What are the top sports games of this year?
Ultimate Team bullshit.
There, I mean,
No,
I
because
mean,
those games don't sell like that. They're not in the top 10. It's all like indie play with your friend physics games, like or VR games.
yeah,
Like nobody makes a solid sports games anymore, man. And
well,
it sucks.
well, well, and what I
One
was
of
gonna
my first gaming memories is ice hockey with my uncle on the original NES.
Fuck yeah. Ice
well,
hockey, especially you'd make like a team with like 3 of the fat guys, right?
Yeah,
yeah, well,
either that or Mario hockey.
well, and what I was gonna say too, Max, is like I definitely think that like sports games have a place in gaming because, like, as a kid, um, like what like there was no way for me really to like play football outside with my
Right.
friends, or to really, not safely anyway, because they would be, all like tackling each other and whatnot, and like they, it was kind of it wasn't the same, right? But like I was able to learn about sports and learn about football specifically from playing Madden with my friends, and
And hold
so
on though, like this is the thing is a lot of kids don't even know how these sports worked and they're like mystified how we all did. Most of us learn through either you watch the sports or you played sports video games to teach you the ins and outs and nuances. Sometimes you'd learn rules
Yeah.
from a video game that you would never, especially in baseball. You come across some really weird, odd things in baseball that are real rules, right?
Right.
That you would never fucking know. I guess soccer has that a bit too. And we're leaving that out, even though, goddamn, soccer is probably the biggest sport. FIFA
Well,
still goes strong, even though it is Ultimate Team. People,
yeah.
there's competition. I'll say this, Sam. Konami's putting out a baseball game in America, so there is
That's
going to
cool.
be a competition for the first time in a long time.
Oh, I'm
And,
a, I'm a,
and let's be real. I shit on the Ultimate Team games all the time, but that's mostly because when Max and I grew up, we had sports games that didn't need that shit.
But
Those are the
here's
games
the
that I
thing.
remember.
Here's the thing: is it's not the Ultimate Team that ruins the game, Mort. I understand that that's like a gamer buzzword that they love to throw out, but the reality is it's not the Ultimate Team that's ruining it. That's just the revenue stream keeping the games alive. The reality is they just have they don't care to innovate. They don't care to make
Right.
the game fun like it used to be. It's a machine. They got to get it out every year, whether dude, if it's a hard year to develop, doesn't fucking matter, right?
yeah,
Madden's got to be out in August every fucking year.
Yep.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, did the hardware upgrade? Doesn't matter. New Madden must be available. And so yeah, like the other modes of Madden, I wouldn't say that the thing is, Sam, is that they're stale. Is that you could play Madden 2016 and you can play 2026, and the difference is very marginal.
yeah, absolutely. I think I got like, I think the I think the last Madden I have is like Madden 23, and I got that because that was literally the one that like came with my PlayStation like gift pack when I
Well,
got it.
how
So,
about this? How about this? Another sports game that got people into gaming. NBA Jam
oh
or
yeah,
NFL Blitz
yeah, I
or
remember,
wrestling games in general.
yeah, absolutely.
Underrated. I would say I don't have 2K26 WWE, but I'm not going to lie, Sam, they've been the last couple of years. I have 2K25 and 23, I think. Really quality. Like
I now
they
I'm
put out a real shit stain in 2K20, but I didn't buy that one.
yeah,
But since then, they've been pretty good. I like some of the new story
Yeah.
modes where they have you
Two K
like,
20 is the one that got memed to hell.
yeah, 2K20 was bad, but that's the funny thing. 2K19 was okay, but 2K, I think they came back in 23. It was good. Like they took the 2 years off or whatever and made a better game. And I think that would benefit sports games. Or here's what I'd like, Sam. They're finally doing something I've wanted for years, and I brought up sports games specifically to talk about this. I watched a video. What was his name? The guy that did the backyard baseball. Therm.
Yes.
Therm. He did a season of backyard baseball, which is like a nostalgic ass game for me. As a PC gamer and a baseball guy, if you never played backyard baseball, one, they just re-released it on Steam, and it's still great. And two, it's one of the most fun sports games that's ever existed.
nice.
You pick your different kids. There's a meme, Pablo Sanchez is the best player. I never pick him because he is the best player. But all the kids have different like personalities and they shit talk each other. And you're more playing as the manager. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So it's like I told her it was like it will make this guy yell at these kids. I was like, it's like the Bad News Bears manager simulator, the game.
nice.
So they're putting out Backyard Baseball 2026, a new fucking real full backyard baseball game, and I was disappointed, Sam, that the demo is only a home run derby, just because I wanted to test out fielding and pitching and such. But I'm excited for that. And I've considered even doing a stream where me and her go through a backyard baseball season and try to manage a team to victory.
That would be awesome. Speaking of game streams, I've actually done a few 007 live streams on the channel. And
Based.
you
Interrupt.
mentioned about gameplay mechanics, Max. That game, even on easy, can take some getting used to, because it's not one of those games where you can get like unlimited ammo, and it's also not a game where you can just like run into a place and like, just like spray bullets automatically. Like if you
Oh, real
if you
quick, King Ravana's been in chat.
yeah.
They mentioned a couple things. NHLPA 93 Mega Drive. Hell yeah. NHL and Madden 93 on Sega Genesis or Mega Drive. Absolute all-time sports games. Madden 95 especially. But I liked NHL. I had NHL 93, 94, 95, 96 on the Sega Genesis. I guess that's what it was. All my friends had Super Nintendo and they got into like nerdy weeb shit. And I had Sega Genesis and I didn't.
I remember when I was
Who
like
won the generation, really, Nintendo nerds? You guys are still autistic.
Sega Genesis.
That's right. Because
Yeah,
Sega does what Nintendo don't, bitch.
yeah. Well, Nintendo.
Sega still be doing what Nintendo don't.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Nintendo makes all this crazy hardware that they have to sell you on, and it's all exclusive to itself. Sega makes software. Who won?
Yeah, Sega.
No, Nintendo, because they've sold 1 trillion Switches, but still, I like to think Sega won in my heart, Sam.
Well, at the end of the day, Max, that's really what matters.
And
Because,
back then, those console wars. Let's talk about console wars, gamers. Console wars nowadays are like, PlayStation, no games. Xbox, no games. PlayStation, no games. Xbox, no games. And meanwhile, everybody's like, Steam got too many games. I haven't even played all the games I have, trying to keep up. But also, console war, let's flash back. It's 2026, Sam. Let's flash back to 1996 console wars. What did that sound like, Sam? It'll get us taken off YouTube. So, don't answer.
Sega.
No, the Nintendo F slurs and the Sega the Sega sluts. And I bet you fucking like Pokemon and sucking dick too, huh?
So what you're saying is even the console wars back then were a lot less gay and retarded.
We had fist fights about Super Nintendo versus Sega Genesis, Sam.
Listen,
There was blood in the streets for those console wars.
Listen, when I was a kid, we had fist fights over like the PlayStation 2 versus the original Xbox. So
fair enough. What side were you on?
PlayStation.
Oh, you are such a. But why? It doesn't even have a hard drive. You had to pay for a hard drive.
Not back then. It was back then. Disk drives were included.
Not for PlayStation 2.
The one I had.
Oh well, Sammy's special. I forgot.
The one
everybody else, Sam, had to deal with the regular big fat old PlayStations, right? The big fat ones, and play Grand Theft Auto 3 on the giant tube TV in my mom's living room. It smelled like cigarette smoke and shame. And then I got an Xbox and I could play it on a real TV. And also, I played, like, the games were better. Here's an example, Sam, since the sports games have been brought up and I mentioned it. ESPN 2K5 whatever sport had halftime shows in football, blogs at the end of the week showing highlight reels, and all of these
Yes.
things that you didn't have on PlayStation because you did not have a hard drive. So your hard drive, the fact that you had one, it still didn't do that because they didn't bother to build that into the game because the hard drive didn't exist, you see? So your versions of 2K5 or Madden 05 or MVP Baseball 05, which, by the way, still best baseball game if you like simulation,
I would agree.
are all inferior to Xbox and many other games as well. Also graphically.
Fair
Now, what
enough.
we didn't get that a lot of PS2 people would shove down my throat is a lot of Japanese games. And Sam, I only have one intellectual retort for this. Weeb.
Well, see, I never played any of those, so I'm not a weeb.
Well, then we mostly played the same games, and it's almost pedantic. That's what I was trying to prove
Yeah.
there. That it's a pedantic, stupid little war. But we would have fought over this. You're right.
Yeah.
You know, this
Yeah.
would have been, no, maybe not us, but like people did, right? We'd probably just be like, well, then, I don't know. Want to go to my house and play Xbox then? I'll show you.
Yeah. I played. Just because I didn't. Just because I
I
didn't.
owned all those generations consoles. So,
Yeah. Well, I
whatever. They
also.
were cheap back then. Go
I
figure. And
I
they had
know.
lots of games. All three of them, the GameCube included, had lots of games and were cheap.
My other one of my favorite games from that generation too was back when movie tie-ins were still a thing and they were good was Spider-Man 2, the movie game. The
Fuck
movie
yeah,
game.
snitching. Oh, also King Ravana said they made a bobblehead MLB game. Yeah, it's like I just got a copy of that to emulate because I was looking for a decent baseball game, which I've probably settled on backyard baseball, but that's besides the point. It's called MLB Power Pros. It was on PlayStation 2 and on DS.
The
It has a story mode where you can get abducted by aliens, but it's an officially licensed, and you can date the daughter of the team's recruiter to raise your chances to get recruited.
Nice.
This was an officially licensed MLB product with bobblehead players. And then you go through 3 years, I think it's like 3 years of college to try and get drafted to your favorite pro team.
That's that's the
And the
type of
whole time you have to study, you have to go to class, you have to talk. It's like a life sim. See, those are the good ass. See, that's a Japanese game, Sam, and that's what I'm saying. Some Japanese games are awesome. That's why I'm excited for the e-baseball that Konami's going to publish. Because MLB The Show has been basically Ultimate Team as well. It's just not made by EA, but it has basically the same mechanic. But also the baseball has been shit for quite a long time. If anybody's a baseball fan out there, there's been no good games. I did play Super Mega Baseball 4. I just won the championship, Sam. That game's fun, but that's not MLB, and it's a little bit arcadey.
I mean,
Fun game though.
I mean,
think you
arcade
can
is
get it for
fun.
$5 on sale.
Can't beat that.
Yeah,
Well,
arcadey games were the shit, right? Like NBA Street. That's your PS2 era guy. NBA Street Volume 2? No?
oh yeah.
One of the greatest games, not even sports games of all time. NBA Street Volume 2 specifically.
I have a hot take, which is like everyone wants to talk about GTA, 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 but the Godfather game
Hell
that
yeah.
that came out for like the PlayStation and the Xbox, that was better than GTA. Back in
The first one was phenomenal. The second one was
yeah.
pretty good.
The first one was phenomenal. Second one was okay.
How about this, Sam? The Warriors.
Oh yeah, the
First of
Warrior.
all, one of, if not the of my favorite movies of all time. I made my wife watch this within a year of this broadcast. No?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What did you think of The Warriors? You laughed, you cried, we went on a
That
roller
bitch
coaster.
was a fucking cunt. She got that dude fucking killed, and she was playing that other guy around, and she was just a fucking little fucking bitch. And they wouldn't have dealt with some of the fucking shit that they dealt with if that fucking bitch had just stayed home and mind the fucking business. Stay home, bitch.
Or even just kept her mouth shut in the first place.
Why you are a tiny little fucking woman and you're walking out to these fucking gang members and you're like, and your brother is a member of one of the gangs that is like the weakest fucking wimpy pussies in existence, who are just like, you know what, you're just trying to get away from that shit. You go, we got no beef. Who do you think you are, bitch? Get in the house and make me a sandwich. What the fuck? I'm sorry.
So yeah, and the game, I think I should make you play the game now. No, because the game it's a year prior to the movie. Like it's a whole bunch more story that you're not familiar with. Anyway, Warriors was a great game and movie.
I did see the movie in college like 10 years ago now,
Watch it
literally.
again and then tell me about modern movies.
And how stupid that bitch was.
Well, she is pretty stupid. They're pretty stupid though when they fall for the girls who are like clearly just seducing them to fuck them over.
Yeah. I'm just like, they gotta be virgins. How do they not see? Most of them are dykey. What is going on? And I looked at you and I was like, oh my god, they're gonna get their asses kicked, aren't they? I fucking knew it the second I saw it. I'm like, dude, you're stupid.
Yeah. Well,
But in the end, Sam, I am Luther. Because in the end, when you ask me, why did you do that? All I can ever really muster for you is because sometimes I just like doing things like that.
Indeed. Yeah,
Sometimes the world needs a little chaos, Sam.
Well, yeah.
And then sometimes it's got way too much. And so it needs a jester to laugh at it with and about and at and such.
Yeah, well,
That's where I come in.
But
secretly, we're doing it to fund our war against the lizard men, and never fucking forget that, Sam.
Well,
I mean, you know.
Well, of course, we're still battling the lizard man, Men Max. But speaking of people battling lizard men, I guess Spencer Pratt is actually like he hasn't won the LA mayor's election, but it's looking kind of close from what I'm.
He overperformed in the primary, which is really, really promising. And I'd mentioned this before, and I didn't get a chance to last week. So if we're bringing it up again, I had mentioned Spencer a few weeks back, and I remembered him from a reality show, Sam. And when I was a kid, the name just kind of rang a bell, and I thought to myself, you could see, I'm the kid from the wrong side of the tracks, you know what I mean? And I remember that motherfucker being the kid from the right side of the tracks with a lot of advantages from Bel Air. And so that's the meme of him I had in my head since him and, what was her name? Heidi had a show when I was in high school. And he represented to me what I called the Richies or the preppies, right? the people that I really had nothing in common with. However,
Yeah.
I looked into his campaign after we made that segment, and I realized that this man had his home burned down.
Yeah.
He's one of those people that I was screaming at nobody in particular except Karen Bass to get something fucking done so their houses wouldn't burn down, or to give them some help or justice rebuilding once they had. And so he literally represents the people I was talking about. And so I retract any jokes I made about him. I am fully endorsing him.
He's the type of guy who would probably laugh at the types of jokes that you.
Well, I would like to have a conversation. I'd still be like, yeah, I mean, we have nothing in common except one, we hate communism. So that wins me over. And two, to say he doesn't know what struggle is, his home burned down. And this bitch won't let him rebuild it. That's
Well,
as struggle as it gets, bro. Money can't even save you from that, as he's found out.
and I think Max, that like from what I've seen, and again, this is on social media, but like also talking to some people I know from California, essentially what he's campaigning on, again, it's not any of this Cold War stuff. It's not even like any of this like, like gay versus,
It's
not
very
gay or anything like
economic
that.
for them. It's bread and butter.
Yeah, it's all basically he's campaigning on, hey, why can't we just have like cleaner streets in Los
He's
Angeles?
campaigning on we shouldn't have garbage-filled homeless encampments everywhere and filthy drug needles at the kiddies park. He's campaigning on pick up the trash more. He's campaigning on normal guy shit. So like I said, yeah, he might come from a very different background than me, but we have everything in common now because we're fighting against this entrenched, even though they might not have the federal elections anymore, the cat lady establishment still has its tendrils all over the place, wanting to get up in your business, tell you what to do. You can't have that kind of stove. You can't build on your own property. You can't do any of this because I have deemed you unworthy. If he's standing up for
Yeah.
that, then thank God for him.
You want to know you want to know what's funny too, Max, is like all the counter posts that I've seen, from people like opposing him, the rhetoric that I've seen is, well, he's just he's a Hollywood celebrity, and he's an insider, and it's like,
Yeah.
so are you guys though, it's
But
lost in.
also, what fucking good did that do? That's why he's running for office, because what good did it do him?
Right, but it's like, right, yeah, no, I know, I completely agree, but it's funny because like all
He's
the.
an outsider, except the entire establishment is running campaign ads against him, right?
Right, yeah. Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, sorry, inside. He's this Hollywood insider. Yeah, but the whole Hollywood establishment wants him to lose.
right,
But the thing
and
is,
all.
even in the depths of darkness that we call LA, Angelinos are still sick of your cat lady shit.
Which I actually have a I
Deal
actually
with
have
it.
which I actually have a clip here, if you'll give me a sec to bring up.
By all means.
Uh
But very few
that's
podcasts were as vocally critical of Karen Bass as us. And so I wanted to take the time to sort of like explain my opinion on Spencer, because I'm not sure it came across previously.
Yeah, no.
That I think he is doing the Lord's work. He's fighting against communism in the heart of darkness, and he's speaking for everyday folk.
Our clip on Karen Bass, by the way, Max, went kind of viral on TikTok when I
I remember
posted
that,
it,
yeah.
and that was like what two. By the way, that clip has aged like that clip has aged like fine wine. By the way, because everything that we said at Karen Bass then is still true today.
Oh.
She doesn't give a shit about LA
She
anymore.
never
And
gave a shit.
It's funny because this election that we're talking about, as you're bringing the clip up, they're talking about ballots being fucked with or whatever. This was not even a binding mayoral election, Sam. It was a primary.
yeah.
Does every step of the process have to be this much drama now?
Apparently.
Well, it's social media. It's social media, so yes.
Okay. I got that out my system.
But yeah, no. This is a clip just from like a local channel. And kind of the reaction to this reporter just interviewing like regular Los Angelinos, and the reaction is pretty funny.
Lively vibe and in very LA fashion. There's now a chopper flying overhead. He's having his party at a Mexican restaurant that he has loved for years. And there's some Spencer Pratt supporters here who seem in a very good mood.
Yeah.
You guys have
Instagram Patriot Wildman.
you guys have probably seen the latest batch of polling that just came out. Shows him doing pretty well in second place, just 10 points behind Karen Bass. How are you feeling about that? Do you feel really confident that he's going to make it to the runoff?
Definitely, he's going to make it to the runoff. There's a lot of people who already voted for him. Their votes haven't been counted yet. They voted day of the election, old school style. So I think his numbers are going to get better.
What is it about Spencer Pratt that you just is resonating with you?
Because he's speaking out against communism and socialism, and it is a real big problem in our cities, especially in LA where it's turned to crap. It's not an accident. They're doing it by design. Karen Bass wants to destroy our city, and it's nice to see someone like Spencer Pratt.
I could simplify it because those buzzwords are like they melt the brains of like left leaning people. So let's just say it this way: he doesn't want a human feces to be a part of your life.
Yeah.
He doesn't want homeless children outside.
Totally.
Homeless
Thank
people
you.
outside. Oh,
We
you
have-
didn't
no.
like that.
We have-
She ran away.
We have
He doesn't
talked-
want homeless
Okay,
people outside of
we
the elementary
appreciate
schools
you.
having
Can I get a
sex
shout out real
with
quick?
their
We
own
appreciate
hands
you.
in front of the children.
We appreciate you. We've talked a
I
lot
don't
about the
appreciate
homelessness.
you.
Thank you.
I don't appreciate
So yeah, essentially that's what his whole campaign is.
It's amazing because that clip kind of shows that a lot of the establishment would be okay with him if not for the homeless part, because it hits right at the. He's not meaning it this way, but to them, this is the heart of their culture war.
Right.
Their culture war depends on those homeless on the streets doing drugs and having sex in front of the children at school. Like, that is what they want for the world.
Yep.
That is their worldview. And if you don't believe me, you just watched it in action.
Yeah. And
She
also
the reporter couldn't get away from it fast enough.
and
He
also
said
like
homeless children, and that was the two words to cut them off.
yeah. And also like, those people that she was, interviewing, they don't seem like, right wing caricatures of MAGA people. They just seem like,
Yes, they do, because now that's just a dude bro on the street with a job, and you know what I mean? Like,
well,
they're what?
yeah.
Damn. Or how are they not the chuds, according to these people? They were
Well,
both
yeah.
white, they're male, they are probably straight. They used all the right words, and then the other guy said, "Oh, these buzzwords are too much for people. Let me show you're showing too much power level," he says. Yeah, they're pretty typical, but like that's the thing that they don't want to admit is just dude bros on the street, yes, are like that.
Yes, even in Los Angeles.
Yeah, like just because you live under this tyrannical cat lady regime doesn't mean you agree with it. You just learn to fucking get in, by.
Well, and that's always been our audience though too. Is just like the average like normal, person.
Well, that's why my policy has always been free to homies. And what I mean by that is the homies is anybody being oppressed by cat lady bitchery. And so
Yeah,
right now, we need Spencer Pratt to free the Los Angelino homies, you know?
yeah, absolutely. We we actually got like we actually got or I should say on TikTok I got like DMs from people thanking us for acknowledging that, because a lot of conservatives, at at least some of the more popular ones, they dismiss all of like California as just like this, left wing, place, and
Well,
you
I mean,
know,
even intellectually, they know like Northern California has different voting patterns and things.
right,
They still write the whole place off like, oh well, you live there, that's your own fucking problem. But there are people that just can't leave or don't want to
right,
leave. Shouldn't have to fucking leave.
no,
Spencer's one of those people. He doesn't want to leave the place he's lived, I think, all his life, right?
yeah, he's a native.
So why should he have to leave? I don't understand, like, because, oh, well, you don't like the policies. Well, then what do they tell you to do? Say something about it. Speak up. Find other people that agree with you. Run for office. He's doing everything right.
Yeah, he is doing everything right, and like I said, he's talking about issues that people, care about. It's not this whole, culture war thing of Iran, or, you know, how based
So,
is how based is am I
yeah,
compared to
how many
Trump?
times have I seen him mention Israel? I don't even think I've seen him mention Israel once in any of the campaign stuff that I looked at.
No, no.
Why would he? He's not running for mayor of Israel. He's running
y-
for mayor of Los Angeles.
Right, yeah. He's not in talking like any of like the transgender, stuff, or any of
Well,
that.
no,
He's
because he's trying to be their mayor too.
right. Right,
Yeah,
right, exactly.
right.
That's what
And I'm sure he's lived around more of that than most of us for his whole life if he's lived there. Like trans is part of the scenery in Hollywood. Are you kidding me?
oh, yeah, absolutely.
It is what it is, right? I'm sure he doesn't feel as strongly about that as say we do in different contexts, right? But if I reckon like there's no issues of like schools transing kids behind backs or something. I'm sure he'd speak up against stuff that he didn't think was right morally in that specific situation. But what is the point of him talking about that issue when there is a substantial trans population he's trying to be the mayor of?
Right,
And
and
I bet you a lot of them care about the garbage pickup, and I bet you a lot of them care about the homeless people. And I bet you a lot of
yeah,
them don't want to step in poop too.
yeah, so that's
Weird that they're human beings.
yeah, so exactly, that's kind of my point, is this whole culture war thing has kind of, I don't wanna say it's played itself out, but it kinda has, more or less, because people, you know
You can't keep the masses consistently outraged. It's not going to work. People
no.
go through phases of that. The perpetually outraged stay outraged.
Yeah,
There's always that element and I think we're seeing it shake itself out these days from the right as I think. And what will really determine the tide of the discourse on the right I think is the 2028 primary. Are we still watching? Is that over?
yeah, that's kinda all I wanted to show from that, so,
Okay. I was just
um,
wondering. I
but
noticed that we were very tiny, and I was like, "Well,
yeah, yeah, no, the rest of the clip is her just, like, walking away kind of in a state of panic, which is funny,
fair. You
but,
gotta panic when the peasants mention things."
yeah, 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 I just, like, I legitimately did try and, like, find, like, some reasonable, like, counterpoint to Pratt, though, And it was all
Now, maybe you could help me. What the hell is going on in England, Sam?
uh let's see. What day is it today? I mean, more migrant apparently some the last I heard, and this is all coming from John Doyle, but there was another migrant that stabbed an innocent
Yeah, I'm
young
not
white
talking about
guy.
that. I'm talking about the massive protests that have happened as a result of it.
Well, maybe England's growing a spine. It seems.
It seems like some of them are a lot less afraid than they used to be of speaking their mind. And I love to
Good.
see it.
It's about time.
Yeah.
I'm sick of seeing guys get put in jail for a tweet. You know?
Yeah.
And the tweet is something like, "Oh, blimey, I wish there was less migrants on account of I don't want my wife to get raped twice a week."
Yeah.
Off to jail. You got a license for that opinion there? Beat him about the head.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Walk him
is.
in with the muzzies.
Yeah, it is kind of sad that that England basically has turned into V for Vendetta
I'm
at this
sorry,
point.
but our show 10 years ago-ish got took off YouTube because my British friend from Manchester, England, might have been 2017, so it might have been 9 years, but complained about too much immigration leading to a terror attack that happened at his fucking the building right down the street from him. It's called the Manchester bombing. I'm sure people might remember this.
I definitely do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and so he had an opinion that maybe we should just have less immigration from the Middle East, was his unbelievable opinion that got us banned off of YouTube without any warning.
well, I hate to say it, but that doesn't really surprise me, at all.
It's crazy. I was talking to Shmuley about a week ago, and we had a conversation I think you'd find interesting, Sam. Is he said that people were saying to him, and as you know, Shmuley and I are similar types in our thinking process about politics, especially. Um, that they were telling him that he was saying his actual opinion on a variety of issues, and they said to him, "You're like a normie conservative." And that gave him so much joy, Sam, because 10 years ago we couldn't be more dissident.
Same here.
Before Donald Trump ran, first of all, I was the first. I came on the show the night he came down the escalator and announced and was like, "I want to endorse Donald Trump," and everybody laughed at me. I said, "No, I think he's gonna win," and they were like, "Yeah, okay, that's a fun meme," and they all got in on the meme, but nobody believed except me. And then I
It,
made the case of why though, and I won over a whole bunch of libertarians, and I won over many people over the years. It's sort of the Maxian position. That's what that I used to call a show that. It's because Asa J called it this. And that position is anybody who starts talking about immigration in the sense of deportations and like closing the border has the potential to get more populist votes than ever before seen.
I and
And
see
I've been consistently right about that, Sam.
yeah, and see this is one of those things where I wish I had known you. I wish I had known you back then um because
The
back
man
then
has made himself important. The man and the message can't be separated. But Sam, my prediction was bigger than Trump because I think it's still true. If we lose sight on the right, if we start sniffing out Israel this and foreign policy that as everything, and lose sight on like immigration, kitchen table issues, loosening government restrictions, lower taxes, smaller government, things like that, if we just let that go, we lose it all.
yeah. No, I completely agree. And that's kind of what I've been.
And we stop apologizing for saying we want to deport people.
Yeah.
Not that we are personally.
Well,
But I mean,
that's
America in general shouldn't feel shame about kicking people out who got in illegally. This is crazy talk.
yeah. Well, that's why, Max, I get so frustrated when people like specifically that's why, Max, I get so frustrated when Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and like all these big time podcasters, they want a purity spiral about, you know, about Trump's not based enough and Trump's not, whatever and whatnot. It's like,
It's a content farm.
yeah, it's a content farm, but like it's a content farm for them, and that's cool for them. But it's like I don't want the left back in power because that's what will end up happening if we continue infighting.
No, they're
Um,
going to shake themselves out. They're becoming less popular by the day, and you can see it.
yeah. I still get people in my DMs who are like, "Did you see this clip? And why don't you talk about this? Why don't you talk?" I'm burned out by a lot
Who fucking cares what some crazy black broad thinks? Honestly,
yeah.
why are you so invested in this? Not you, but the people bringing this up is like, the fuck, who cares? I thought that bitch was crazy 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Alex Jones, yes, he's very funny.
Yeah. Alex Jones is very funny, but he's
My God, so is Bozo the fucking clown, and I don't listen to him for my hot takes. You know what it is, Sam, is people have not been using this thing called their brain for so long. They long for internet to tell them thinky thought that they're supposed to have so that they know what to thinky thought. Because otherwise, it's just a blank.
the
How
other thing
could I sift through knowledge and evidence and reason and logic to come to any type of conclusion without a TV telling it to me?
Well, and the other thing too is commentary has changed a lot from when I started as far as like when I started listening to like Rush, I never got the impression that he talked down to his audience or he told them, or told them explicitly what to think. He laid his opinions out.
Now, I ask you, dear listener, to hear me out on this issue, is a common way he would put things. Now, I ask
Yeah.
dear listener, right?
Yeah.
When he's gonna hit you, this is an old Rush trick. When he's gonna hit you with an untested, not unpopular, but untested, or maybe unpopular, that's how he starts. He says, "Now, dear listener, if you would just hear out for a moment, I have a thought on this issue," and then he would lay out his point.
Yeah. That's not talking down to audience.
No, he's begging your attention for something that might be out of the ordinary.
And
He doesn't do that when he's just making things he thinks you're going to agree with, by the way. Listen to enough Rush, you see he's a master of that. When he thinks that his audience is going to agree with him, he doesn't ask for their permission. But when he thinks that they might disagree, he's like, "Hey, just hear me out," in the politest and most professional way possible. That's why he was the fucking king.
Yeah, and that's why he's irreplaceable. And honestly, like commentary is kind of it's gone downhill largely as far as like the big names without him in it. I don't see. I mean, Tucker continues to LARP as like a fake New Englander, which I'm glad people are finally like realizing that it's fake. Like yeah, we're done. We're kind of done with that. It is shaking itself out. That's why
I think people are also filling their time with less and less of that, and because I see a lot of political people complaining about their numbers going down, and I don't think they've considered that it might just be across the board. People are just sick of yapping at them about politics.
Yeah.
You know? Like, they'll get your message in 3 minutes. They didn't need the 2 hour. Like, that's why what we're doing is we understand that there's a flood of the market of this kind of shit.
Right. Yeah, we don't have to go on like every single, policy thing.
No, most
Uh
our listener base is probably more up to snuff on what's going on than we are.
yeah.
Almost certainly, because every time I'll see one on Twitter or they'll be in the chat or whatever, and they'll bring up a point, and I'm like, God damn, I hadn't thought about that. So yeah, most times our listeners are more well informed on the events of the day than we are. But I think that's why they like it.
Yeah.
We talk
Yeah,
more about meta issues and also just make dumb jokes and
yeah.
sometimes mix those two together.
Well, there's also so much to like sift through now. It's kind of hard to cover everything up though. I do want to ask you though, since you kind of brought it up, and we missed it last week. Hassan Piker is in panic mode right now because he got called to
He got
testify.
subpoenaed.
Yeah,
He got subpoenaed because he's under investigation. This doesn't mean that he did anything wrong. We don't know. That's why they have an investigation. I don't want people to get the wrong idea. But Hassan Piker has been subpoenaed by the FBI. They want to ask him some questions and look into some things. And I've seen a couple of people, and see, I don't know these kind of things, so I don't want to like comment on it. But I've seen a couple of people that think he might have some legal issues ahead of him. I don't know. But I did say, Sam, going to
It's rumored
Cuba,
to be about the Cuba trip.
going to Cuba was a bad idea. Didn't we all agree going to Cuba was a
yeah,
bad idea?
Yep.
yeah.
Well, it seems like the federal government also agreed that that was a bad idea, and now they know who Hassan Piker is.
Yes. which is
Letting the feds
hilarious.
know who the fuck you are is the problem.
Yeah.
Just wait till they hear about Ethan Ralph, huh?
Oh.
We're
Oh
just
God.
getting local. You know what's great is that they're having to write articles now explaining Hassan Piker to normies. And one, they all include that he shocked his dog. And
Yes.
two, they all kind of like assume that's the only thing you know about him. Have you seen these? I've seen a couple.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
have.
They're like, who is Hassan Piker? And it'll be like, we all know he shocked his dog, but did you know?
Yeah.
Amazing.
He
talked politics for how many years?
Justice for Kaya.
He talked politics for at least a decade on the internet, considers himself a political commentary guy. But you suck one dick and you're a dick sucker forever, and you shock one dog and you are the guy that shocked your dog on stream.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, not a good look.
And most of the people making fun of him for it, and I don't think he understands this, don't even care that you would use a shock collar. It's just pointing you crazy that they're going to point it out all the time.
Yeah.
Because if he'd have just said, yeah, I shock my dog, who fucking cares? Is it your dog? Do you think anybody would care?
But the fact that he pulled a DSP and lied about it.
His own fan base, some of them would care because they're bleeding hearts for animals. I understand that. But in the meta, most of them would have been convinced that it's humane.
That's what makes it so funny though. Is he claims to be such a bleeding heart and then does that though.
Yeah. Well, it is an acknowledgement that he believes that physical punishment is the only way to get your way.
Yeah, and also that yeah, that your dog is a prop too.
Yeah, that too. Because it's just sitting there and it gets up for 1 second. You're like, bitch, get shocked.
Now I don't have a dog anymore, sadly, but if I did have a dog
Sam,
and
did
it
you
like
shock your dog?
no,
Okay.
I would honestly like
Well,
if the dog
fancy Sam over here not shocking his dog on a stream.
honestly, if the dog were like in the room, it would probably be like coming over and like trying to like, get on camera or something like that.
Oh my God. Hold on. I got two crippled guys. I have a question. Do dogs hump chairs?
Uh
No, these dogs around me usually put their front legs in my lap and get hugs.
Yeah, but I mean hump.
No,
Like, cause they'll hump your leg.
I've
I
never,
don't know if you guys know this, but dogs hump
I've
legs.
never been hugged by a dog.
Okay, good. Yeah, well, they don't want to hump the chair.
I have ne-
It's just a leg thing.
I have never been humped by a dog, however. However, I have had a dog be like so excited to see me that they've knocked me over in my wheelchair, like
Wait.
trying to
Oh my God, there must have been panic.
there was.
The fact
It
that
was
you're okay means I would love to have seen it just because I feel like it would be comedic knowing you're okay. But at the
it,
time, holy shit. He got knocked out of his wheelchair by the dog. Oh my God. Are you okay?
it would have been it would have been comedic too, and it was like one of those it was a labradoodle too, so it looks like a Wookiee essentially, like a giant it looks like a giant teddy bear or something was like knocking me a giant teddy bear basically knocked me over trying to give me like a hug or something. That's what happened. Basically a giant dog that didn't know its own strength.
PCP is a hell of a drug, Sam.
I know, and dogs are taking and labradoodles aren't taking it now, apparently.
So hold on. He's fought a gorilla and now a Wookiee too.
Yes. I'm
Sam is
actually
a man's man.
I am actually surprised that more hasn't been knocked over by a giant dog trying to give him affection.
The closest I've come to being pushed over by a dog is having my chair pushed against like a wall and having to put brakes on so the dog can give me hugs.
Yeah, well that's probably what should have happened too, because that's what the dog was trying to do.
Now, see me, dog try to hump my leg, you're gonna get kicked. I feel no shame in saying that either. Like, yeah, you're not doing that.
Yeah, also, it's not like
Back
you're gonna
down.
also
Not trying to
yeah,
hurt them either.
yeah,
They're
it's
animals.
yeah,
The
you're
fuck
not
up on out of here.
You're just like, dog, get off me.
I got a funny story I was supposed to tell. I was gonna tell my wife, but I did it, so it'll be even funnier on the stream.
Oh no.
I was walking today, and there was it's like one of those things. Is like Billy Goat's gruff, you know. And I came across three angry troll ladies.
Oh god.
And each one of them progressively gave me a dirtier look for getting out of the way off the sidewalk for them. The first one was carrying a baby over the railroad bridge. So I went in the road so that she could have the sidewalk. Bitch looks at me like, okay, I'm calm. It's a nice day. I'm having whatever, bitch. She got a kid. Number two is the same exact thing, just not over a bridge. There's a girl walking, and so I step off the side. An older lady, I should say, a bitch. I step off to the side so that she doesn't even have to move to get. I'm going fast, Sam. I'm running. Big guy.
Yeah.
Dirty look from that one. I'm like, all right, next bitch. I'm gonna give her something dirty to look at if this happens again. And sure enough, right coming down my last street, old Biddy walks out the old lady complex, of course.
Oh, God.
The sun's in my eyes, Sam, so I'm looking down at my feet because I can't look straight because I'm looking at the fucking sun, right? But this bitch, I see her, so I want to step aside. I look and she's giving me a dirty look, and I was like, "Oh, you want something to look at, bitch?"
Okay. So I actually have
That's
an
what she did. She went, "Ah!"
so
Threw her
I
arms up like a chicken.
so I have a
His
proposal,
hands
Max.
be clucking, Sam, and it needs to stop.
So I have a proposal, Max. We not only need to deport
Now you're
migrants.
gonna give me a dirty look.
We not only need to deport migrants, Max. We need to deport Karens too.
And fast. Deport Karens now. Yesterday.
My man Max, he's
Look, they want to be around African migrants. What if we just sent them to Africa, Sam? Problem fucking solved.
Sounds good to me.
I would agree.
We have to have a comprehensive Karen test, though.
What do you think? What do you think the test would be, though?
Well, we'd have to actually determine if this person's a Karen or just a little bit of a bitch, right? Because there's a fine line at a certain point. Like some of these Karens that you see that people like, oh, video of a Karen is just a lady having a bad day.
Right. Yeah.
I'm talking a Karen. Like you got to know that this is like their life's commitment to making everybody's life miserable around them because they want to moral fag everybody else and have this, oh, I'm so moral and you have to live up to my standards. Who declared you God, bitch?
Yeah, no, I agree. Those people, that's what I'm saying. Those people are the ones that along with
Yeah,
migrants, need
I
to
don't
get.
know what the test would look like, Sam, but I think we'd have to develop a comprehensive Karen screening process.
Well, all I'm saying, Max, is it kind of seems like that those ladies who gave you dirty looks kind of fit in those categories.
Well, yeah,
That's
if you treat male politeness as a problem, you're a Karen.
yeah,
Facts.
Now,
absolutely.
I'm not sure why any of their dirty looks came, by the way. I'm honestly not sure why I got those dirty looks. If for 1 second any of their minds, it was because I was like, wanted something out of them, they are sorely mistaken. But of course, it's all older, fat women who would think that, huh?
Yeah.
Well, no, bitch. I just stepped off the sidewalk, so the reality is I wasn't even trying to be polite, Sam. I just don't want to break my stride.
Exactly. Do you ever and I don't know if this is like too personal to ask on a podcast, but I know you're a you joked you're a giant. Do you ever feel prejudiced because of
Do
that
I ever? Oh my
of
God,
that?
yes. That's what I think that the looks are.
Well, because like I see I have family members who are
I smile. I say hello. I'm polite. I say sir and miss or ma'am. I'm not an unapproachable, intimidating guy, except that I'm large, and that's enough for people, yes, to give me dirty looks and fucking want to start shit with me sometimes.
Yeah, I have
Sometimes there's a little guy that just wants to fight you because you're big.
that's
I never see big guys that want to fight you because you're small, but I always see little guys that want to fight you because you're big.
which I don't know, as someone who has tall guys like in my family, it's it's weird, right? Because like I have no problem with the tall guys. Hell, the tall guys are the ones that like usually like help me reach stuff that like
Oh,
my
it's women and
Yeah,
modern
tall guys are
men.
great.
It's women and modern men, and it's usually fat older women who do that. Like I'm polite to tons of women throughout my trips around town.
I
It's
know,
only the
I
old
believe it.
what?
I said I believe it
Yeah,
that
yeah. But
you're
but
polite.
you know, it's like, oh, hold the door, blah blah blah. People ask me to get shit off high shelves at a store. Obviously, I'm gonna do that. That's usually like sweet old ladies and shit. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
younger women who are like my wife, are maybe not the tallest person in the world, and they know that I am, and they see me, and they're like, "Hey, could you help me?" And yeah, it's not a big ask, okay, that kind of thing. But like, it doesn't matter. Like, there's some women that just refuse you to be polite to them because they're stuck up cunts. And it just so happens that many of them are like between 35 and 60 and overweight and have stupid haircuts.
Yeah.
Yep.
That sounds a bit right. That
Any
sounds
other
like
kind of woman, and that's a lot of kinds of women, right? I described a very specific kind, right? Any other kind, if you're polite to them, is usually like, thank you. Or nothing, or a smile, like, oh, thanks, you got out my way. Or, but no, those particular types of women who are obese and between a certain age bracket of called middle age, are just generally awful fucking cunts.
I
You can't
had one
judge
of
a
the
book by its cover, but you can judge a middle-aged fat woman is probably a bitch.
Yeah, no, I actually had a similar experience to that. Uh
A
Max, no,
middle-aged fat guy is probably a bitch too, though, to be fair.
yeah. Well, I actually it's funny you bring up it's funny you bring up like, you know, cunty middle-aged women though, Max, because I actually had an experience just this week with one of those. I don't go to McDonald's like very much, but when I do, it's, you know,
I couldn't
for
tell because of all, that extra weight you got. No, you're looking great, though. Yeah, no, you haven't been hitting McDonald's much. We believe you.
it's like it's for the occasional breakfast sandwich because like, you know, I don't
Ah,
want
you
to.
like the McMuffins?
Breakfast sandwiches are great.
I mean, on occasion, like maybe like twice a year, you know, maybe like
All right,
three
but
times.
what's your breakfast sandwich of choice, though?
Uh, I like the steak and egg McMuffin, but so
Oh,
here
he's a steak and egg guy. I see.
so here's the thing. So McDonald's like closes at like 10:30, right? Which is kind of gay. Like I think 11 is kind of like a good
Why did
cutoff.
everything not like overnight died and it never came back, man? Nothing's open no more. Go ahead. Sorry.
I know, right? So I place an order like advanced on the app at like not at like 9:30, right? It takes me a bit to get into my bigger wheelchair, and the McDonald's is like 15 minutes away from me, walking distance. Long story short, so I get there at like 10 at like 10:01. The middle-aged Karen
Oh my god,
lady.
you had a falling down moment, Sam.
I literally did. The middle-aged Karen manager is like, is like, it's 10:01, and I'm like, yeah, it's not 10:30. It's not 10:30 yet. Well,
Do we live in America anymore? Yeah. Oh my god.
No.
I could just. Sam's like, man, I know the feeling. I wish I had an Uzi to pull out right about now.
I literally had a falling down moment, and in worse,
Interestingly enough, that was about how shitty Los Angeles was too, huh?
and worse yet, it was like one of those it was like one of those sassy black, like, queen type
Oh.
of type of women too.
So if you gave already shit, it was gonna escalate.
Yeah, and
Oh.
yeah, my version of like escalation apparently was, ma'am, I'm in a wheelchair. I'm trying to get over here during rush hour. I don't want to get hit by a car. That that was apparently too much back sass, because I literally got the, oh no you didn't say that. So yeah.
Sam has
Karen's
fought.
Max.
Hold on. Sam has fought gorillas. Sam has fought Wookiees. But Sam doesn't want a piece of Lakeisha.
No.
Who does?
Nobody. That's why she's so fucking angry, man.
Because even the
I had the
cripple.
worst experience with a Shaniqua. Actually, that was her name. Just this weekend, calling up customer service, I had to like check on two things, you know what I mean? And she
Yeah.
like, we don't do that on Saturday. And I'm like, yes, the fuck you do. I need to talk to a supervisor. There ain't no supervisor here on Saturday. You're just gonna have to deal with call back Monday. Thank you, bye. Like this bitch, Shaniqua.
Yeah, I am.
Shaniqua, fuck you. On the record.
Yeah, I mean, we have
No, I filed reports on Shaniqua because like reasonable people understood that. Oh my god, yes, there was like 5 managers on Saturday. What the fuck is she talking about? So fuck Shaniqua.
You know, and before anyone accuses us of being like racist or something, all of the black.
I don't know what race she was. Her name is Shaniqua, and she was sassy and southern.
Right.
How the fuck would you know what race? You're assuming her race now, Sam? Thought you were better than this.
And her gender.
No, well, we assume genders around here, but we don't assume races. I know plenty of Deshawns who are white.
Really?
Yeah, I know a guy named Jose that's black too.
I know Black Jose as well.
Yeah, and
So.
he's not like dark-skinned Latino of any variety. He's just a black guy named Jose.
My point though is even a lot of black guys I know.
Did he just get rumbled when he was about to talk about his black friends?
Yep. Rumble doesn't
Or
like
did
talking
I
about
get
black
rumbled?
people. I can see you, Max. I can hear you, Max.
Am I rumbled? Are we rumbling?
We're all getting rumbled.
Oh my god, he did. He was about to talk about his black friends, and that was too much. Sam, no.
The cripple's too much for Rumble.
You can't be talking about your black friends, Sam.
So I got rumbled.
He's muted too. He's not on screen. He's muted. He's crippled. And yeah, he's still here. He's still kicking it. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, he writes books.
And he's single.
Lots of them. Blood in the Jungle. Is it Blood in the Jungle? Is that the most recent? American Inferno. Sam Whitfield, Amazon. He's got another one coming. He writes them too fast. I can't even keep track of all the fucking titles, but that's basically how I make music, so it's fine.
Am I back?
You're back. Now,
Get back.
we got to tread carefully, Sam. You were about to talk about your black friends, but don't get us rumbled.
Yeah,
Back again.
all I was gonna say is none of my black friends really, they don't like Shaniqua either. Because
Probably, yeah.
Shaniqua's kind of, she gives him a bad name, essentially.
Or does
And
the name brand her? Is it like one of those things? Because I have known quite a few Shaniquas in my life, weirdly enough, and every last one of them acted pretty much the same.
I
Now, I
mean,
can't say the same for women with other names. Just Shaniqua. Like, I knew some pretty cool Lakeishas and Latoyas and all kinds of other, like, really black-sounding girl names that they were chill, but for some reason, I have not met a chill Shaniqua, and I've met probably dozens.
I kn-
I lived
I
in
kn-
Detroit.
yeah, I knew a really cool Latoya at one point. She claims her parents named her after Latoya Jackson. I don't know if that's true or not, but
I don't know. It's at least a real name. It's like some of them, like they get named and it's not even like there's no person you can point to that ever had that name. I don't know. I've had my black friends talk about that, and the reason that a lot of times that happens is because like they actually look back to try and find what their like ethnicity would traditionally name kids, and there's like on account of slavery, they don't have much record of that, so they're kind of
right.
doing their own thing, and I don't know, I could see that. And then they have a lot of black friends that have names like Mark, and they're perfectly fine with that, you know,
Yeah.
Bobby and shit, normal ass names. They, you know, I don't know. It's funny because I think a lot of people that I find on the internet that are super racist don't actually like legitimately. It sounds tropey, but don't know a lot of black people.
Yeah, no,
They only encounter them in maybe a negative manner, and so they have a weird opinion.
that's the same thing with like a lot of same thing with like a lot of this, you know, with a lot of this like anti-Semitic hatred. It's like a lot of them don't know like any Jews, and it's like
Well,
I don't. It's like
and
I don't
it's
know.
like a thing of like averages versus individuals. Like you have to pick a side. We've been
Yeah,
encountering this. That's actually one of the key points where people started saying 10 or so years ago that like me and Shmuley and Asa J and Iron Man and that whole crew of people had gone too far because we were talking about things like immigration statistics, crime statistics, and there was this assumption then we were talking about like FBI crime statistics and things before a lot of that alt-right shit popped up, and they used a lot of the same talking points, so they assumed that we like had the same mindset. But the reality is that we had always from the very beginning pointed out that there's a thing called an average, right? And there's a thing called an individual. And there's a thing called stereotyping. And
right.
stereotyping isn't inherently bad, Sam.
No, it's not.
For example, if you were to be alone, you're not even in your wheelchair. So let's make you ultra vulnerable, right? You're in like you're trying to get home and you're lost, right? And you're in a back alley and it's dark, right? and somebody approaches from the other end of the alley as you're crawling down it, right? And you don't know who it is, you're completely vulnerable, right? The person that you see is a man. The person that you see is a woman. Which one do you see as a bigger threat?
The man.
What, but that's stereotyping.
I mean, yeah.
But it could save your life, couldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And if you're wrong, worst case example is you got on guard, and then the man walks up and he's like, "Oh, son, I'm a preacher. Do you need help?" Right? And then your stereotype, all it did was put you on guard for a second. Turns out you were wrong.
Even
The bitch had a knife, and so that's the other ending. The bitch stabs you. The
right.
guy's the preacher, and the woman is a serial killer. So you were wrong.
Even the left doesn't want to
You
admit
were
this
wrong,
anymore.
but you still made the right call based on the lack of information, which is the important key point I'm getting at here.
Right.
If
The
we
left-
had perfect information, racism wouldn't exist, nor would
Right.
sexism or any other inherent biases that we have. And so to go purely on that is retarded, right? Because you just, in that example, the woman that you were open to trusting is a serial killer, and she stabs you. But it's still the right call because you didn't know that.
Well, the left does not like to talk about this, but even Barack Obama back during his first presidential bid, like admitted that that was a thing too. He talked about how his grandmother would would kind of get nervous when there were black guys walking down the street. Um, because of that whole thing of
Well, sure,
stereotypes being
but there's also a level of we're a little more, we have better knowledge these days, and for better and for worse. On the one hand, you know nowadays that your average American male who is black and 30 plus, uh you're likely not to be harmed by them. But you also know that the more likely to be harmed by is specifically 18 to 25, although they are much more likely to harm each other. 18 to
right.
25-year-old black men. That is the most crime statistic. Does that actually teach us anything? Not really.
No.
Those are the people that cause the most violence. Well, that's not surprising. They're living in the ghetto. They're indoctrinated by a lot of culture that teaches them toxic and negative behavior, as people like Bill Cosby has pointed out, as people like whatever you want to say about the rape stuff. To look up the pound cake speech and tell me he was wrong. The Obama had the same criticisms. Hell, the Boondocks, which is a very pro-black nationalist, Aaron Magruder is a black nationalist and a very pro-black advocate and very leftist. And he made the whole show about stereotypes and the problem with them.
Yeah.
But also that STEM stereotypes could be true and the reasons behind them. There's more going on, there's nuance. But when you lack all the nuance and when you lack the information, look, if you see a clean-cut white guy coming at you at that dark alley and a shady-looking black guy in a hoodie, you're more on guard for the black guy, and so is a black person.
Exactly.
And you'd be right, even if it's the black guy was the preacher and the white guy was the serial killer. You'd be right because more often than not. But in this scenario, you're more likely to be on guard either case because you just see a strange male walking towards you. You can't quite make them out until they get close, right? So all you know is it's a dude walking at you when you're at your most vulnerable in the dark, no one to help you. You know it's a white male, you know it's a black male. You're a little more on guard either way.
Well,
These are things that can help save your life. Stereotypes can also be true. However, you also have to understand that an individual is an individual and a average is an average, you see? So just because the average 18 to 25-year-old black male has a higher propensity to commit crime per statistics than any other group, does not mean that a 90-year-old white lady isn't going to shoot you. It also doesn't mean, right, that every 18 to 25-year-old black male is a criminal. In fact, quite far from it. Statistically, it's actually less than a third.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that third is the one that gets, like, you know.
And the reason the numbers are so high is because they get let out to do it again and again and again. It's the same guys. In certain places, you could point to the same 100 to 1,200, maybe 2,000 people in a city that do 99% of the crime. The
Yeah, I
cops
mean,
know who it is too. The cops would know all of them.
oh yeah.
We could do this, see? And that's what I mean too, is here's the real statistic. Ladies and gentlemen, fuck all that racial crime statistic shit. Max has got a solution for you. 2% or less of the population causes 99% of the problems.
Well, this was something that
I think we could, Sam, radical solution, lock them up.
I completely
Stop
agree.
agreeing with them. Stop allowing them. Stop coddling them. Like we're a teacher and the kid's got ADD. There's two ways of teaching a kid with ADD. Hey, could you take your seat, please? Please, could you please take your seat? Sam, could you take your seat, please? Sam, I know that wouldn't be you, but because you're in a seat, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no,
Take your seat. Could you take your seat? That's one way to teach the ADD kid, right? Pay attention, please, 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 please. Here's the other way. Shut the fuck up! Which one you think is more effective?
B, definitely.
These motherfuckers running around, wilding out, need to be told, shut the fuck up, go to jail, go to an insane asylum, go somewhere where you stop harming everybody else. And I don't give a fuck what libertarians think about that, by the way. A lot of those libertarians would be the people locked the fuck up.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, and
That's why they don't like my plan, Sam. I'm a fascist now. Yeah, I'm a fascist. We've only been locking up malcontents. It's only written into the Constitution that we should lock up criminal lunatics.
well,
Oh, you're not allowed to say criminal lunatics, Max. It's in the fucking Constitution, bitch.
well,
They're supposed to be in jail, Sam. And you know where they are now? They're on TikTok.
yes. Well, also,
And apparently on this show. No, I'm just a regular lunatic. I am not a criminal lunatic, sir.
you're a regular lunatic. More and I are crippled lunatics. Yes, I'm including you in that. More, sir.
Mort can't be a lunatic. We eliminated all malfunctioning programming from his cognitive synapse functions.
You're the fun kind of lunatic, Max.
That's right. And you got to keep some of them around just for entertainment value, right? Like, duh. Like, yes, we got to lock up the guys robbing old ladies, but we probably want to keep the guy around who, I don't know, like, for example, builds an operating system according to the laws of God and says the N-word all the time. Like, you want that guy around.
I miss Saint Terry.
Yeah, like that guy. You gotta keep him. Now I'm talking about criminal lunatics. We gotta lock down. So okay, Sam, we now have policy. Deport Karens, lock up criminal lunatics.
Andrew Nelson would agree with you 100% on that. In fact, when he was on the show a few years ago, he actually talked about how 90% of the domestic violence cases that he had, like, as an officer in his rookie years, it was all the same people that he got calls on.
The same people, and he said that it was basically mutual. Like they'd always just beat the shit out of each other. and he has
Yeah.
to respond every time he's called.
Right.
And it's heartbreaking. And it's exhausting, and it's a waste of fucking resources. And I would say for a case like that, okay, so we got a couple here. Let's just throw out an assumption. Probably some substance abuse issues involved if it's that frequent abuse, right? Maybe what we
Yeah.
do
Yeah, probably.
is we put you both in a place where you can fucking be away from each other for a bit and figure out what the fuck is wrong with you.
Yeah.
Instead of wasting this officer's fucking time, which I'm paying for you to act like children.
Exactly. That's
Oh, but you're supposed to hate cops. Fuck you, libertarian.
yeah, FX Reagan and I have had some great conversations about that in DMs recently about because like he hasn't really paid too much attention to libertarians, but I guess they've crawled into his comments.
Because the Massey thing brought libertarians out like roaches to normal conversations to insert themselves into and look like buffoons, which is what I've always said is their biggest problem, right?
Yeah.
Because then they have to have this whole rigmarole about how, no, you're not entitled to Social Security. And you're like, oh, well, I paid for it. No, taxation is theft. Listen, you got to understand that all that money that they already took from you, you should not expect any return on it. Well, I kind of don't. I just expect what they told me I'd get for sure. Well, you're not going to get that either. And also in our system, you'll just die. We're woke. We're so
Yeah.
much smarter than you. Survival of the fittest is better. And you're like, how, like, you look at the little dweeb saying this shit. He weighs like 130 pounds. He's 5'2". He's, you know what I mean? And he's got fucking Poindexter glasses with the tape in the middle. And a
Yeah, no.
on, and he's telling you about how
that exact same person, Max. I don't know about you more.
It's like the libertarian.
I don't know about you more, but that exact type of like libertarian is the same type of person that's like, yeah, it sucks that you're crippled, but survival of the fittest, you don't deserve social
Yep.
security, and you should die.
You should just rely on the churches. Also, I don't believe in churches and they should all be shut down.
Yeah,
Also, they should have to pay taxes, even though everybody else. I complain that everybody else pays taxes, but then I bitch that churches don't. Imagine that one. Oh, why? Do you know why, libertarians? Do you know common sense why? Like, you can say in your thesis paper to your fucking nerd friends why you think I'm wrong, but let me explain to you something. The reason that we don't make churches pay taxes is because nobody does more for the poor and unfortunate than churches, including the fucking government, retards.
Yep.
Nobody does more charitable work than church and faith-based organizations. That's just a fact, and not just in America, worldwide.
But also like these runty libertarians who are like who I could kick their ass, Max.
They're
And
all
so could
fucking
more.
Reddit atheists, yeah.
And so could more. They're the ones saying that More and I should die off because it's unfortunate that we have a disability, but like
Well, and they're all poor.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part is they like instead of you would think it's the opposite. Like there are tech bros that lean libertarian-ish, but not in the same way as these fucking clowns. But like the libertarians are like, I would be a billionaire trillionaire if not for Big Daddy government fuck me all over, and also the church because I hate religion too because it's 2013 on Reddit.
and also now the Jews, because why not?
Throw that in there as well. Yeah, and it's like I've said before, if I'm voting, if deportations are on the ticket, I don't give a fuck about Israel, bruh. I don't give a fuck about Palestine neither.
Yeah.
If my pocketbook is on the fucking ballot, in my opinion, and it generally is, I am voting with my wallet. I am voting with kitchen table issues. I am voting not based on fucking Israel. Either direction. Sorry, both sides. Don't give a fuck.
Facts.
A lot of American Jews feel that way too.
And they also feel afraid to say it because they know when you take a side, the other side starts attacking you for it.
Yeah.
But they all want to drag you into it like you're supposed to care real deeply. Look, stop moral policing me in this consumerist ass culture with all these people with consumerist fucking values, materialist bullshit. Go find something deeper than your vapid, commercialized garbage that was regurgitated you through a fucking corporation lens, okay? Read a
Well,
fucking book.
not only read a book, but read this book, ladies and gentlemen.
I see what you did there.
American Inferno, which actually talks about all this like toxic, uh, you know, like the Inferno is literal in here, but it is also metaphorical. It is about this garbage, like outrage culture that has kind of like fucked things up over
They've
the last.
commercialized everything so much, but your book really captures for me the commercialization of politic to the point up to and including assassination as kind of all part of the deal, right?
Yeah,
And that's why I think it's something people should read.
I really appreciate that. And look, I do want to address this real quick. Like, yeah, I still wanna see the trial of what's his face, the guy that killed
Tyler
Charlie Kirk.
Robinson, yeah.
Yeah, Tyler Robinson. I am probably gonna stream the trial whenever that is and react to it, but at this point, as far as the whole drama thing of, like, Candace versus, Erica, like, I've gotta say, like, I really don't like, I despise Candace, but I've gotta be honest, like, Erica's not really doing herself any favors either these days.
Yeah, it's rough out there. I uh I just try to focus on what's important
Yeah.
and like I said, I think Sam Hyde is putting out great stuff. Check out the Sam Hyde show.
Yeah.
Um
Um, I mean, I've been listening to John Doyle's, like, stuff weekly. He's the one guy who's kind of like a white pill in this,
Well, that's the thing is also why I say Sam Hyde and also the fact specifically his interview with Stefan Molyneux. This is like the white pill brigade that we're talking about right here. Yeah, because I'm sick of the dooming shit. I'm so sick and tired of focusing on negativity all the time. I think people have been addicted to it like crack since the fucking pandemic, and it's disgusting.
yeah,
They they've commercialized and materialized and corporatized misery.
yes. That's yeah, it as I said on Monday, like, that's even, like, gone into, like, gaming. What
Yeah.
should have, like I
Oh
said,
man,
like,
we were gonna talk about Pride Month this time, and I had so much to say, but we've already been on for 2 hours, and I haven't said a word.
I mean,
That's
June.
basically what Pride Month is this year, huh? An afterthought at most. Go ahead, Sam. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, June is June is a long month. Like, yeah, Pride is an afterthought this
I
year.
saw one article about Pride so far, one. And you know what it said? It was a local article, and it said that they had canceled all the Pride parades in the area because they couldn't find corporate sponsors. I wonder if that's just here.
Nope.
So here's my thesis, Sam. I want to lay this out for you. Stranger Things season 5 killed Pride.
I mean,
People were so like done with that shit because of the kid coming out as gay being like the centerpiece of it. It showed early on this year a to the corporations, a lack of enthusiasm for Pride. They kind of had toned it down last year, but it seems to be almost gone. Corporate logo Pride, where's that at?
nowhere.
So the corpos have decided that they're not behind Pride this year. And I'm just saying, I think the negative reaction to the coming out of, was it Will? Mm-hmm. The coming out of Will at the end of Stranger Things rubbed so many people the wrong way, across the spectrum, by the way, left too, because they felt like it was a shitty coming out on top of it. On top of it being forced, on top of it feeling like the wrong ending in a lot of ways, not because he was gay, but rather because that was the focus of the story, and it didn't focus on, I don't know, giant fucking monsters in a big battle like people wanted to see. So I think that the distaste for that and a couple of other things this year was the final nail in focus testing groups and such, that those big corporations were like, let's just see if what happens if we don't sponsor it this year.
Well, and that's in kind of tying back to
Healing.
and kind of tying back to the whole thing, earlier this week with 007 First Light. That's like that's partially why the game is so good. They're just like, hey, why don't we just tell a good story and not like, try and insert, the modern
Now
day.
hold up. Does the Bond girl get in a bikini?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So then it
I
is a Bond movie.
I've posted clips of like me reacting to some of this
Yes,
stuff
but
too.
that
So
doesn't mean I saw them, but I will.
um
I'm just asking because there was that one game where the Bond girl was like barely in it.
yeah.
Was it Casino Royale?
Yeah, well, I mean, the Casino Royale game, let's be honest, the Activision era of Bond games kind of sucked because they were just COD. They were just COD games with
Yeah.
with 007 skins.
Yeah.
So
Which made it a worse 007 game and a worse Call of Duty too.
yes. On the subject of like Pride Month though, like a lot of gay people I know, they
Sorry.
just a lot of just like gay people don't care about it. Pride Month has basically gone entirely to the trans community now.
Sick. Well, then
They're
I'm
the,
declaring it No Homo Month.
I'm sold on I am sold on that.
Right. So all you
So
got to do to participate is, when your homie says something gay, you say pause. And then they're supposed to say no homo.
that's
And if
fair.
they don't say no homo, then they gay. That's how it works.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good rule. Also, Max, you said before the show that you have a Dave update. So What has
Oh,
Dave been up to?
I have to do some magic to send that to you. But Dave has a very particular problem, Sam. And the problem is that he doesn't like people that don't speak English. And he did a video about it, and I took a clip of it, and he mimics them talking, and he goes ding dong ding 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 dong dong, right? And so I made a traditional Chinese orchestral like mix of it. And I think that I can't really publish that like on Spotify. It's not that kind of thing. I do have song coming out this Friday. I know I missed New Music Friday last week. That's why this week there's 2 songs I got featuring Maxine, actually. So the first track is Little Bro and Little Sis. Little Sis, Little Bro. However you want it. Side A, side B. It's 2 songs and the 2 instrumental tracks.
Sick.
Comes out Friday, Spotify, YouTube, and then probably like days after on Apple because they're dumb.
Yeah.
Tuesday, so that's Friday. Tuesday, maybe you would like to tell the peoples. The people, Maxine.
So on Tuesday, my second single, Final Boss in the Comments, will be released.
Yeah, that's right. Final Boss in the Comments comes out Tuesday. Maxine Sand. You can check us out on Spotify, Right to Offend and Maxine Sand, respectively. You can check us out on YouTube Music, Apple, Deezer.
Check out my Suno at sunomaxine.com, whatever, all that shit. It's just Maxine Sand. That's all it is, whatever it is. I actually just published 2 new songs up there. One of them is kind of like a love ballad, and I'm afraid it's a little too cheesy, so y'all like check it out and let me know. Okay, thanks. Great.
I'm always got stuff up there on suno.com/blame-max-sand as well. What did I put out this week that was really good? Bury Me, Lil Bro, Lil Sis. Maxine is really taking off. That's the name of the song. Grunge song, actually.
He wrote me a song.
But, sorry, I had to finish this before I go over. So basically, you're going to have to shill your book relentlessly for about, I want to say, 60 seconds to a minute 30 while I send on Twitter the MP3. Or would you prefer a little video? Is that easier to play on screen?
The video might be easier to play on screen. Let me just make sure.
I will provide that while you get rumbled, or?
No, I'm back. I just had to put it in picture-in-picture mode.
Well, watch as I disappear. Damn it.
Speaking of books to promote, I do not have this book yet, but Vengeance in Venezuela, which is the long-awaited sequel to Night of the Vigilante, will be coming out on June 30th, and I will be revealing the cover this Friday. Once I get my physical copy in. So I'll be posting a quick video doing the cover reveal for that. Also, Doug Green is back once again for the audio of that. So yeah, it's a great time to be a thriller fan. We've got a new 007 game. We've got my books out. Eric P. Bishop is also publishing his new book, Downfall, this summer. So lots of stuff to go over. And Mr. Morpheus, what is going on this Friday on Bits and Bones?
Bits and Bones. We'll cover the Sony State of Play and Xbox if they have a presentation as well. And it's been an interesting last couple of days.
I expect a full review of Backyard Baseball.
That would be awesome.
No, I'm just ball busting because I don't even know how much it's gonna cost and if it's any good. That's my job, I guess. I'll be the sports guy for Bits and Bones. I'm gonna get you a review on a sports game one time.
That
Your
would
audience
be.
is gonna sit there and they're gonna fucking like it. Okay,
I mean,
video. I'm gonna send it to you now.
they probably would like it.
Well, it doesn't matter if they're gonna like it because they have to. Because I fucking the Stone Cold said so.
Also, more the fact that situational disability chick was the one who wrote part of the new God of War game really explains a lot.
I agree.
So I sent it. It's like uploading. It's gonna come on a Twitters, but you get to be radio for a moment, like I've been doing. We're gonna definitely do another one of those. It's been a bit for that too. Look, it's been a crazy week. See, we're not online grifters, so like when stuff comes up, sometimes the show just doesn't happen because duh. Could you imagine, Sam, instead of that, instead of canceling the show and handling your business and dealing with life, and being a parent and all these things, if I just sat here with like a sign or like a beggar's bowl, or like complaining about my Mercedes?
You could do that.
You could do that. You could.
And
I don't know how people watch some of these low energy spurgs, man. They like them. I've noticed they complain about our show on occasion, but they don't have any person. The same person is like, yeah, today we're gonna talk about like internet politics and like we're just gonna look at that. And so if everybody
Sounds like the quarter pounder.
yeah, it's like, dude, at least I have personality. At least I'm out here doing crazy shit.
Yeah, I'm out here writing
I don't
books.
know what's wrong with me, Maxine. They won't tell me.
Well, I can tell you what's wrong, Max. Same thing that's wrong with me. Apparently, we're not grifters enough. So that's the issue.
In my head sometimes, and so I don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, see, Max, you haven't hit you hit your head, but you haven't gotten the part that is like, how do you like mass monetize stuff and just like endlessly shill for money?
I don't know. Speaking of that, like, yo, shout out to the fucking few thousand people that have listened to New Black Kicks on Spotify. Seriously, humbling. Thank you.
Shout out to the few thousand people also who have who read my spoiler-free review of Double Some First Light on X. That was pretty great, actually.
Oh, what's
And
your gaming name? Oh my god, we're gonna have to give you a gamer name. Jimmy Wheels Plays. Yeah.
I might actually have to create a separate channel for that now that I think now that I think about
And then you can title each video "A Crippled Guy Plays Whatever Game."
Exactly. But anyway, so here is the new smash hit single.
Actually, no, this is exclusive for the Whitfield report. This one's not coming out anywhere because realistically, Dave wrote it, but it's beautiful. If we need afterwards to get the full effect, I could get you the Dave audio, but I assure you, you don't. All you need to know is he said this stuff, and the chorus of the song is when he was making fun of how the people speak.
So this is a song inspired by Dave. Speak English.
Speak English. $5.
Which I agree with that sentiment. So take it away, Dave.
Dave rubbed you wrong time.
You got day boy day gong gong. Where do these people come from? These people that don't speak English. You got day boy day gong gong. Oh, by the way, how about these assholes, right? They speak Chinese, Japanese, whatever fucking language, whatever fucking country they are fucking from. You cannot understand one word they're saying. You got day boy day gong gong. Where does these people come from? These people that don't speak English, you got day boy day gong gong. What the absolute fuck? Where do these people come from, right? You get a text message from a certain place that you have to be at 3, but you can't do it at 3 because the Uber drivers, they have to be back by like 3:34. So you call up, you click on the phone number, and you speak to some stupid Arab that doesn't speak one word of fucking English. Where do these people come from?
Real quick, I have to interject. So Dave has finally discovered the wonders of modern day like customer service phone support. Then, huh? Seems like it.
You got day boy day gong gong. Where do these people come from? And these people that don't speak English, you got day boy day gong gong. And where do these people come from that don't speak one word of fucking English? Where do they come from? Japan? Okinawa? I hate people that do not speak fucking English. Either you learn how to speak English or go back to your fucking country where you're fucking from. You got day boy day gong gong. What you got day boy day gong gong. What you got day boy day gong gong. What you got day boy day gong gong. Day gong 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 boy day gong gong. Nando so go boy day gong gong boy day gong day set I go go. You got day boy day gong gong. Where do these people come from? These people that don't speak English, you got day boy day gong gong. I hate these people when you click on the phone number and these people do not speak one word of fucking English. Where do these people come from? Arab? Fucking Arabs, Jews, Muslims that do not know how to speak one word of fucking English. These Chinese, Japanese people that do not know how to speak one word of fucking English. You got day boy they gong gong day. Where do these people come from? These people that don't speak English. You got they boy they gong gong day, right? And these fucking Chinese, Japanese people do not speak one word of fucking English. What the fuck? What is it with these fucking people on the phone that do not know how to speak one word of fucking English? Can somebody please tell me what the fuck? What the fuck? How come these people do not know how to speak one word of fucking English? Oh, you have an appointment at 3? But you can't make it at 3 because the Uber drivers have to be back by 3:34. So they give you another date. Oh, can you make it on this date? No. So then you tell them, right, I want a 12 appointment. I want it right. You say, I want a 12 appointment. And then they say, oh, we can't do 12 because they have lunch. I don't give a fuck. I don't have lunch at 12. I don't eat lunch at 12. Oh, gong day gong 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 boy day gong gong day. Nanando soko. Oko boy day gong day set to go day. You got day boy day gong gong day. Where do these people come from? These people that don't speak English, you got they boy, they gong gong day. Hi. Gong day gong 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 boy, they gong gong day. Go boy, they gong day. Set the go day. You got they boy, they gong gong day. Hey, you got they boy, they gong gong day.
That was a masterpiece.
Well, what's amazing, Sam, is that I have made it in 7 or 8 different styles, and every single time is 1, it slaps, and 2, it makes me like cry laughing. So when
It's
we
pretty hilarious, Max.
Dave give that speech, and again, I'll link you the YouTube video if you want to watch. I only watched the first 7. I didn't even watch the whole video, Sam. I watched the first 2 minutes, and we were laughing so hard that I recorded the next 5 minutes and made that a song.
That might also be like the most relatable Dave rant by the way.
Oh my
Too.
God, yeah. As soon as he started saying it, and he says that first part, he's like, I call the Uber drivers, and they're all bad, and then they're Chinese or Korean or I don't know, and they go TikTok. He starts going mental. I'm like, I need to go back and just record this.
I had to call Amazon customer support for Amazon Kindle this past week, and I literally got like an Indian call center guy who asked me if I had a halogen lamp and like did the stereotype. So yeah, so Dave has discovered phone service, I guess. So that's great. Let's see here.
Ciao, Sam. I sent you the video, and
Jesus Christ.
Let me all right, let me pull
Can't
this.
be a little noisy there, Edith.
Don't you guys hate it when, let's say you have an appointment on any given day, right? You have an appointment on like any given day, right?
Right.
And let's say you don't have a card to get to your appointment, right?
Right.
You don't have a car to get to your appointment, and let's say you have Uber drivers, right? And they have to be back by like a certain time, right? They have to be back by like 3:30, 4 o'clock, right?
Right.
So let's say you have an appointment at 3 o'clock. But your Uber drivers, they have to be back home, but they have to be back at the base by like 3:30, 4 o'clock, right?
Right.
Let's say you have an appointment on any given work day, like Monday through Friday, right? Let's say your appointment is on a Wednesday at 3 o'clock, but you cannot make your 3 o'clock appointment because the Uber drivers, they have to be back by like 3:30, 4 o'clock. You cannot make your 3 o'clock appointment. So they give you another day, 3 o'clock. And you keep yelling, right? You keep saying, I cannot make a 3 o'clock fucking appointment. Oh, by the way, how about these assholes, right? They speak Chinese, Japanese, whatever fucking language, whatever fucking country they are fucking from. You cannot understand one word they're saying. You got the appointment at 3 o'clock.
Oh my god.
Where do these people come from? These people that don't speak English. English. Hey, you got the appointment at 3 o'clock. What the absolute fuck? Where do these people come from? Right? You get a text message from a certain place that you have to be at 3 o'clock, but you can't do it 3 o'clock.
So Dave is pretty much just like Dave is a hero. He's saying
We love Dave.
Dave is the best.
So Dave is pretty much saying what we've all been like thinking for the past like 15 years.
It's because Dave is stuck in 1997 eternally, and we've just gotten back there.
I love it. It's great.
Because the Uber drivers, they have to be back by like 3:30 or 4 o'clock. So you call up, you click on the phone number, and you speak to some stupid Arab that doesn't speak one word of fucking English. Where do these people come from?
These people that don't speak
Where do
English.
these assholes come from? You get a text message from some place saying that you have an appointment at 3 o'clock, but you cannot make your 3 o'clock appointment because the Uber drivers, they have to be back by like 3:30 or 4 o'clock. So you cannot make a 3 o'clock appointment. And then they say, oh, well, we'll do an August date at 3. I cannot do a 3 o'clock, you fucking retard! And where do these people come from that don't speak one word of fucking English? Where do they come from? Japan? Okinawa?
See?
I hate people that do not speak fucking English. Either you learn how to speak English or go back to your fucking country where you're fucking from. And you got the appointment at the car. What? You got the appointment at the what? I hate these people when you click on the phone number and these people do not speak one word of fucking English. Where do these people come from? Arab? Fucking Arabs, Jews, Muslims that do not know how to speak one word of fucking English. These Chinese, Japanese people that do not know how to speak one word of fucking English. Mr. Smith, you have a 3 o'clock appointment at Papa. What? Mr. Smith, you have a 3 o'clock appointment at what? What are you fucking saying? I hate people that do not know how to speak one word of fucking English.
Oh,
Old man Dave.
You have, let's say,
been a treat,
you have
right?
an appointment at
what's that?
Old man Dave is such like a cartoon character come to life, man. I love it.
He really is, but like I mean, it's Dave. But like at the same time, it's like I'm listening to everything the thing that he's saying, and I'm like, well, he's not wrong.
Yeah, yeah, he's not wrong. He's just Dave. He's Dave raging against when Dave rages against the same thing that you agree should be raged against, it's almost satisfying.
Yeah, well, like
Because
every
often he's just raging against like nothing. But when like I'll tell you the other one that people relate to. Why do I have to fucking update? Why do I want what if I don't want to fucking update? Can I go back to the old one?
oh yeah, that. Yeah, that
Every now and again, Dave makes the most fucking relatable video of all time. And I was happy because I had a rough week, Sam. And I looked at her and I was like, you know what I'll do to make myself feel better? Let's watch what Dave's up to. And this was the first thing I clicked on. And we were almost pissing ourselves laughing.
Oh, God, it was so.
I only got like 7 minutes into the video because I just started recording and then I made a song out of it.
I have to say that Dave truly has written one of those that you could like call a perfect song, because every single version that he has made, hilarious. The Irish jigs, they are my favorite.
So I've made it
Oh my God.
Celtic. I did a 1940s ragtime version. Oh my God, R&B. Like I've done a bunch of versions of Where Do These People Come From, and every time the take on the Dave's gibberish is hilarious.
Oh,
like it
God.
always makes me want to die laughing. I probably should publish this one, Sam. That's why I wanted to premiere it on this show, because it's Dave at a level that he achieves very rarely. And so if you want to keep playing it, I don't know what he says from here on out, Sam.
no, I'm curious. And by the way, for the people listening on audio only, the video that we're taking this audio from, all it says literally is in like bold white text is if you can't speak proper fucking English, and then there's red text below it says don't fucking come to the United States and pretend that you can. And like I don't know why, but like just the visual of that is just like it's great too. I love it.
You know what it is Dave is a little bit, and I don't mean to get too philosophical here, but he's a little bit of like the id of Gen X, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's just this like subconscious force of like raw masculine Gen X energy that got cucked out of the rest of his people. But Dave won't be cucked.
No, of course not. He's Dave.
That's right. And he likes hot chicks.
Well, who doesn't?
I know. That's why his theme song is so relatable, Sam. It's my name is Dave Grady and I like hot chicks, but don't talk
game
about when
developers
I get
don't.
real pissed. I mean,
Well, the game developers on Double Some First Light certainly do. But yeah, let's hear what Dave has to say.
Let's say Wednesday at 3 o'clock, but you cannot make your 3 o'clock appointment because the Uber drivers have to be back by like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
right.
By the way, too, I wanted to interject here that like this particular case, at least for me, is like particularly relatable too. For like anytime
True.
I
Hey, Dave, like we're laughing, okay? But let's be real about Dave. If this is their first interaction with understanding Dave content, Dave is a retired, probably mentally ill guy, and he just had a car accident, totaled his car, and received a pretty nasty concussion. And so he's adjusting to life, having to deal with doctor's appointments and rides because he crashed his car in November. And so that's like the serious side of this is yeah, it is relatable, I'm sure, trying to coordinate those rides with the doctors and everything in everybody's schedule, right?
it is a fucking pain in the ass too.
And then I
Espe-
imagine if every fucking time you get on the phone that person barely speaks English, you feel exactly like Dave.
well, not only that, but like also they always put us on hold for 10 minutes, so it's like it's like, "Hi, I need to make an appointment. Please hold." 10 minutes go by. Uh, yeah, yes, I
You know
need to
what's
make
my favorite? When you let them know, hey, my phone is on like 20%. I don't have a way to charge it right now. This is an urgent situation that we need to deal with. And they proceed to put you on hold for 17 minutes while you're waiting for a supervisor. Yeah, that's my favorite.
those are the best.
And it's all exacerbated because where do these people come from? These people that don't speak English.
Pretty much, yeah.
These Uber drivers that I know that they come and pick me up, right? They're special Uber, right? They have to be back by like 3:30, 4 o'clock. I don't know why.
Nobody does, Dave.
I have an appointment sometime this week at like 3 o'clock, but I cannot make my 3 o'clock because I have, that the Uber drivers, they have to be back by like 3:30 or 4 o'clock. I cannot make, right? And these fucking Chinese, Japanese people do not speak one word of fucking English. What the fuck? What is it with these fucking people on the phone that do not know how to speak one word of fucking English? Can somebody please tell me what the fuck? What the fuck? How come these people do not know how to speak one word of fucking English? Oh, you have an appointment at 3 o'clock. But you can't make it at 3 o'clock because the Uber drivers have to be back by 3:30 or 4 o'clock. So they give you another day. Oh, can you make it on this day? No! So then they say, so then you tell them, right? I want a 12 o'clock appointment. I want to, right? And then, right? You say, I want a 12 o'clock appointment. And then they say, oh, we can't do 12 o'clock because they have lunch.
Yeah, you said you wanted to stop there.
No. I said this is where we stop.
Continue.
Oh, okay.
Go back about
give a
seconds. Or like
Okay,
5
gotcha.
seconds or something. Right. Just a couple seconds so you get to hear this because this is the part that made us die, is what I meant. That's
Yeah.
That the Uber drivers, they have to be back by like 3:30 or 4 o'clock. I cannot make, right? And these fucking Chinese, Japanese people do not speak one word of fucking English. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What is it with these fucking people on the phone that do not know how to speak one word of fucking English? Can somebody please tell me what the fuck? What the fuck? How come these people do not know how to speak one word of fucking English? Oh, you have an appointment at 3 o'clock. but you can't make it at 3 o'clock because the Uber drivers have to be back by 3:30, 4 o'clock. So they give you another day. Oh, can you make it on this day? No! So then they say, so then you tell them, right? I want a 12 o'clock appointment. I want to, right? And then, right? You say, I want a 12 o'clock appointment. And then they say, oh, we can't do 12 o'clock because they have lunch. I don't give a fuck. I don't have lunch at 12. I don't eat lunch at 12. My day doesn't usually start until 11. It's about 9:40 a.m. right now, right? It's about 9:40 a.m. right now. And I cannot do a 3 o'clock. So I was just like, you know what? Because I have some important dates that are coming up, important events that are coming up, which I'm not going to mention, blah, 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 because they're, you know, I don't feel like telling you people about them, blah, blah, blah. But I have some important dates, like events, like I have things coming up that I really don't want to discuss. But anyway, what is up with these fucking people that do not know how to speak fucking English? What the fuck? If you can't speak English, go back to your homeland and speak gibberish. But these motherfuckers who you speak to on the phone, if they can't speak English, then how about they go back to their fucking homeland country and speak gibberish? I hate these motherfuckers on the phone that do not know how to speak one word of fucking English. What is up with these goddamn motherfuckers that do not know how to speak one word of fucking English?
Right.
If you can't speak English, goddamn it, do not come here to the States. Do not come here to the States.
I wonder what Dave's opinion on those automated. Have you ever had to call your bank, and instead of like getting a person, you just get like the automated AI assistant?
Or all kinds of utilities, all kinds of shit. Yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
you got to talk to it, but it's it's neurodiverse, Sam.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost want to hear like Dave's opinion on like what those. I want to hear Dave rant on that.
Dave is also famously very neurodiverse. So I imagine Dave plus AI is always a disaster. I know for a fact he's old school and he has already decided he hates AI.
I mean,
so if he's forced to interact with anything like that, it's probably not going to go well.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the most normal take that Dave has, honestly.
Yeah, man, and every time let's go speak gibberish. Like I'm gonna sample his gibberish and make songs out of it for ages. This is great. I love this guy. He is the greatest. Dave Grady, the legend. Gordon Liddy on YouTube.
If you can't speak fucking English, stay in your homeland. Stay in Japan, Korea, wherever the fuck you're fucking from, and speak gibberish. I hate people who do not know how to speak proper fucking English. Stay in your own fucking country if you can't speak fucking English. These Japanese, Chinese people, right? Let's say you have an appointment June 5th, and you're speaking in this, right? You get a text message saying, oh, you have an appointment on June 5th, but let's say you can't make it on that day at a certain time. So you click on the phone number, It rings, and then somebody picks up, but it's not somebody who speaks English. Some Chinese, Japanese bitch who barely speaks one word of fucking English. What the fuck are you saying, you fucking cunt? I cannot stand people who do not speak fucking American English. If you can't speak English, do not come here. If you cannot speak English, do not fucking come here and pretend that you do know how to speak English. Stay in your fucking homeland and speak gibberish. What the fuck? I cannot stand these motherfuckers who cannot speak fucking English. Stay in your homeland if you can't speak English. Stay in your goddamn fucking homeland. Japan, Israel, Saudi Arabia, wherever the fuck you're fucking from, stay there and speak goddamn gibberish because nobody wants to hear somebody that doesn't speak one word of fucking English. Do not come here to the States pretending that you speak English when you don't. Do not come here to the States.
Do not
thinking
come.
that you can speak English when you don't. Stay in your home goddamn country and speak gibberish. Fucking people. Fucking people. That's why I hate people who cannot stand. I hate people who cannot speak proper fucking English. I hate people who cannot speak proper fucking English. Stay in your homeland and pretend to speak English when you don't. Fucking Israelites, fucking Chinese, Japanese people. They think they know how to speak English when they don't. Stay in your home goddamn country and speak gibberish. Do not come here thinking that you can speak English when you don't.
Do it again.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Okay. Sorry. Somebody had to.
Oh God.
Oh my God, that is like.
He slipped up there and he said, I hate people that can't stand. And she says, see, he hates you, Sam.
He broke me. I couldn't help it. Every time he did that fucking gibberish shit, I kept seeing that fucking, you know, the episode of fucking South Park with the little fucking Nigerian boy?
Yeah.
And they made him talk. I just kept seeing the avatar.
Oh my God, he's starving Marvin.
Oh my God, I have a new idea, damn it. And I'm better with AI. Oh no. Stay tuned.
See, yeah, the next version of that song, Sam, I used traditional Chinese instruments. I didn't consider using traditional African instruments.
Oh no.
Anyway, speaking of music, like our more serious music, like I said, this Friday coming out, Little Bro, Little Sis, Little Bro. That's Feed Me and Her, one song each. Little Bro by me, Little Sis featuring her. That's 2 instrumentals to boot. It comes out Friday. I set it for the cheapest possible price on any place where you can buy it. And if you're streaming, it's anywhere that streams music. Apple, Amazon, Tidal, all kinds of crap. Sam.
Yep.
Maxine did just put out Daughter of the King as her first single, and she's coming up with her second single, Final Boss, in the comments. This Tuesday.
Which Daughter of the King is great, by the way. Really top-notch stuff.
It's done fairly well as well. Like I was surprised because it was like our first song or whatever, but people like it, so that's cool.
I can't lie. I am kind of hitting like a creative spurt, and
I did just publish 2 new songs on Suno, Lost in Your Colors and what is it? Gold Inside the Dark. Admittedly, Gold Inside the Dark is a little bit of like, I guess, like a narcissistic thing. It's the song that like I basically wrote about myself. I think it's kind of good though. And Lost in Your Colors, I'm gonna go ahead and try and embarrass you for once. Pretty much, I wrote a song about him.
Me?
And I wanted to kind of make it generalized, so I basically turned it into like colors and painting. But I'll say this now: part of the lyrics is "drowning in blue." Yeah, that's a reference to his blue eyes. I'm gonna try to embarrass you, but yeah, I basically just tried to make like maybe like a power love
Yeah,
ballad.
let's start talking about what
No,
songs we've
let's
written.
not do that. Okay, I'm
Okay.
making a mistake. It's basically like a power love ballad. I'm just kind of afraid it's a little too cheesy, but I also kind of already have plans to have those be 2 singles that I put out.
Yeah. Well,
So,
hey, if people, like I say, you can follow us on Spotify, Maxine Sand, and Right to Offend, iTunes, anywhere else. If you want to follow, like, if you actually want to keep up with what I'm working on more currently, check out my Suno. I have a couple albums in the works right now. What I publish on Spotify is basically the stuff I think is the best. But if you want to hear more of what I'm working on, there's quite a bit. I put out a song literally called Maxine today. It's a grunge love song. I put out yesterday, what was it? Bury Me, Pull Up, and a couple others. I try to put the stuff out pretty consistently, and even then, what I publish there is not everything I'm working on. So if you want to actually follow it, our music does pretty well over there. People seem to like it. If you're open to comedy, I mean, look, we're not doing political music over here mostly. So if you're looking for a political thing, then you're probably in the wrong place. But well, for our music anyway.
mm-hmm.
Although some of it is faith-based, especially hers.
Yes. And like gothic.
But most of it is, I write raps about stupid shit and songs about stupid shit, and that's about it. So check that out. Suno.com/Maxine Sand. Suno.com/Blame Max Sand.
I also have like funny songs, but the one that I think is like the best and my favorite is my like theatrical, very dramatic song. Oh my god, I forgot Crimson something. Crimson something Delight. I can't believe I forgot the name of it. But it's basically this dramatic theatrical song of a couple cooking and everything just goes to shit and it's so fucking funny. It's really good.
I got songs about boobies and booties and smoking blunts.
Yeah. Oh, check out my my ex Maxine_Sand_, and you can find the link to pre-save my single that is coming out on Tuesday. Final boss in the comments.
Yeah. Yes.
I put my pre-save link up because I didn't announce it until the show for Lil Bro and Lil Sis. No, I did that on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put up the link later for if you want to pre-save.
And speaking of pre-saving and pre-ordering stuff, Vengeance in Venezuela, I'll be doing a cover reel for that on Friday once the actual physical copy arrives, and I will have the pre-order link available then.
And you be moving south in those ones, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Jason Miller hunting down drug cartels, and it might have been inspired by a certain operation that a certain president did earlier this year. But no, we can't acknowledge that Trump did anything good in Venezuela. We have to keep spurring out Israel.
Orange Man bad.
nonstop. So, so yeah, be on the lookout for that as well on Friday, and then
Hey, ain't no Palestinian nor Israeli ever deported my local illegal gangbangers, so I really don't give a fuck about them.
exactly.
Who's doing that? Oh, right, the Trump administration.
Yep.
Oh, well, they're cool by me then.
They've been cool with me pretty much.
I literally, and it's documented. I talked about it on this show multiple times. I got into an altercation with two fucking illegal Guatemalan or Venezuelan or whatever gangbangers that were in a gang. And they got deported after I got into a fight with them because of the raids. So that, it's good. I'm not worried I'm going to have these guys with a fucking vendetta against me because they came to try and beat me up and I fought back. This is like, that's what I care about. Why the fuck, again, for the billionth time, why the fuck would I care more about Israel or Palestine than that?
Good riddance, I say.
Adios, amigos.
And in Bits and Bones on Friday night
Bits
as
and Bones
well.
Friday, 10 p.m. EST.
I imagine more based on some of your tweets, we're gonna have to address this whole thing of of women in games since it's like a topic.
I know, right? Like, who the fuck wants that shit?
So
It's definitely going to be an issue, but my main issue is this got awarded is who the fuck is Frank the Cube?
Can you fucking believe this shit? Women in games?
I mean
The audacity of these broads these days, man.
I mean we want him, we just don't want him to be like, to be made ugly.
How about you don't drag him through the mud first before you put him on screen?
Uglier. And yeah. Anyway, I'll save my rant for that for Friday. But
Hey,
yeah,
hold on. I'm saying no women. He's saying no uggos. Who's really the bad guy?
Who?
That's for you.
Who wants to play as uggos?
And that's for whatever Mort's about to say.
Who wants to play as uggos?
See, it was
other uggos.
Even uggos don't want to play as uggos.
That's not true. I usually play a dwarf.
That's because you're a giant. You want to sympathize with the short people.
No, it's actually because I am a giant dwarf. I like drinking. I like mining stone. I like fighting and going on adventures and treasure.
So what you're saying is God gave you too much height.
Yeah, being a dwarf ain't about your height. It's about the veracity of your beard, motherfucker.
Confirm.
I'll allow it.
I mean, Mort and I are both short kings, so we can confirm.
Also, you gotta know hi ho. Like, it's mandatory.
It's after work
Dwarf requirement that you have to know how to do the whole bit, right? Because when you're with other dwarfs and they start doing it, you have to go along with it for the whole ride.
Well, I mean,
dwarf law, Sam.
We're not that short. We're just sitting down most of the time.
These motherfuckers can't even hi-ho. Kind of dwarfs are you?
Apparently not very good ones. But anyway,
we'll work on that, Sam. We're gonna get you a pickaxe. You need more beer.
I mean, Max, I will always take more beer for sure.
And treasure. We gotta go find treasure. Is there a dragon that you're aware of?
I mean, there are no dragons.
No, I'm just trying to figure out how we could get him some treasure. If the dragon would have treasure, we could just go steal it. But now if he says there's no more dragons around, it gets a little bit more difficult. I'm gonna have to ask one of the old crackhead wizards down in Providence, Sam.
I mean, Craig might know where the dragons are in Florida.
No, he'll hit the pipe and then he'll cast a few spells with the smoke, and he'll tell me where I can find one of them dragons. And then all we got to do is go sneak in and steal the hoard, get you some treasure. That also counts for going on an adventure, and we can drink a lot on the way so as to meet the beer requirement too. We're gonna have to stop to mine some ore, like stone mostly, but you want to like find iron and shit. And also, Sam, you're really gonna have to work on your hi-ho game. I don't want to call you out like that, but you're gonna have to.
I know. Well, and I
We're
definitely
gonna get
am
you dwarfing hard though. You're gonna be out here dwarfing like a pro in no time.
Well, and I definitely am gonna have to get more beer because I'm one short this evening. So
shame.
But we are at the 3-hour mark officially, so I think that is a good time to wrap things up. We've kind of showed everything. Thank you everyone for tuning in and for staying with us for these entire 3 hours. I'll be back.
Sam.
I'll be back Monday with either a guest or just me, and then I'm sure more things will happen by the time we're back here next week. So I'll definitely see you guys on Friday for Bits and Bones, and take care, everyone.
Peace.
The right to offend is not some pesky little part of freedom of speech that we have to put up with. It is the heart and soul and lungs of freedom of speech. It is the coursing lifeblood of human progress. It is the instigator of liberty and modernity and science and understanding. What a laughing stock today's student leaders are, that they can so casually dismiss the right to be offensive without realizing that their lovely, enlightened lives are the gift of individuals who gave offense. Offensiveness is not just something we have to begrudgingly accept. Offensiveness is the motor of human progress.
Thank you for watching the Whitfield Report live on the Right to Offend Media Network. Make sure to check out Sam's books on Amazon, Audible, and Kindle. You can follow Sam on X at SamW_NGC and the Right to Offend Media Network at RTO Media. Like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. And until next time, God bless, God save this great nation.